yo.
And me and Tox are talking about saying off air, but yes, people, welcome to another edition of Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, also joined by my brother Tox. What you saying, man? You good, fam?
I'm good, fam. What you saying?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed. Can't complain out here working, keeping it moving, etc.
I see, fam.
Keeping it moving, you already know what it is. So yeah, and also people, Lewis will be joining us. Carefree Lewis, his YouTube channel is in the title of this video, so make sure you click on it right now. It won't take you off the show. Go subscribe to his channel. He's on road to 20k or some mad number anyway. 25. Big up Carefree Lewis. He will be joining us shortly. And yes, on your way into the video right now, people, on your way in, the first thing you do is you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it across all your socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. When you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell also, so you get notified when we go live, because it's rolled to 2,500 subs now. We're closing in. I think we're like 10 or 9 of 2,100. So yeah, you lot are paying attention to me and continue to subscribe. So we really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen Agenda FC before, what it is a play on words, because we were just talking about it with the guest and Tox and myself, how as soon as you disagree with someone in this football and YouTube world, it's an agenda rather than just a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as someone can agree with 9 out of 10 things you say, as soon as you say that 10th thing, you got an agenda.
It's just a cheap way to silence your point, innit? It's just a cheap way to If you say something I don't like, that I don't agree with, this is a cheap way to silence your point and be like, it's an agenda. Yeah,
it's all rather than let's have a back and forth and have opinions. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? That we can have the majority of Agenda FC, the opinions that get brought up on here, I disagree with. But it is what it is. I don't think I've agreed with one yet, whether it's been Tox, Lewis, or a special guest. I've not agreed with one yet. You know what I'm saying? But that goes to show how open I am, and Tox is and Lewis is. Let's have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because football there's no right or wrong answer. You get me? Pretty much in a lot of the things we are agreeing or disagreeing on in it. But yeah, man, big up to everyone who is locked in. Much appreciated. But yeah, man, let me introduce this guest. And he's perfect for this show, because this is someone who I go back and forth with a lot. His football knowledge is great, but I go back and forth with a lot. I see him out here working hard. I see him out here growing his channel. Make sure you subscribe to the First XI. Also, welcome man like Indiana to the show. What are you saying, Indiana? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Thanks for having me. And firstly, the first thing I've got to say is, like, big up Flawless, man. He's forever shouting me out, forever shouting at other people's channels, working hard. He's always on the go. I get up for a piss at like 3 a.m. He's streaming.
I've literally done that, fam. Got up for a piss, check my phone, and you got the notification there. Sarcasm City is live. It's like,
I know at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's at least 30 or 40 of us doing it, because they're all in the comments. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, that's one thing I have to salute, about the Sarcasm citizens, everyone who supports this channel. They are always, whatever time we go live, it don't matter if it's 6 a.m, doesn't matter if it's midnight, these lot are there with their comments ready. These men are ready to, like, there's times where I've been on a show by myself and we've just been going back and forth in the comments. You know what I'm saying? They are ready. Any show, any topic, any guest, they are ready. And welcoming the third host of the show. Man's there in the full kit and that. What are you saying, man?
Bro, what are you saying? What's everyone saying? You good?
Man got the trim and that, fam.
He got the
If I was in London, I'd be calling you.
Bro, this is nice.
Yo, fam. If we was in the same vicinity, I'd need to know where to go in it. Like, I'd like tell me, bring me in it.
Homemade. You gotta big up my dad for this one.
Yo, large up your dad. Yo, man came on fresh, you know.
Large up in it. Chelsea, Lampard left.
Chelsea's form this season. Well, last game at the very least.
The two chilling it. You know what I'm saying? Lampard left and Lewis glowed up. He was glowing up.
Lewis back again. I'd show him, but the shirt's on my back and I can't turn around right now.
Yo, get me, Lewis got that toxic relationship with Lampard and glowed the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that right? Lewis glowed the fuck up.
It's the same one.
But yeah, big up everyone in the comments. Make sure you like I said, if you're new here and you haven't seen Agenda FC before, it's where one of the hosts or we get a guest on and they give two opinions that they feel very strongly about. So as you can see from the title, Martial is not a striker. You know that's not coming from me. I sent it to Lewis. Lewis presumed it was Tox. I was like, nah, it's not Tox. So I was like, Tox don't really like Martial. Indiana, as you well now know, that's his opinion. And Lewis, so I'm really fighting a losing battle. But hey, we move in it. So I'll let you kick it off. So
this is for you leaving me winning the Gerrard Lampard argument last week.
That was your guy who did that, though. Yeah, that's not my fault.
Yeah,
He's a Chelsea fan.
Up on me, man. You called me off guard with Monster saying he was against us.
That's not my fault, innit? I just hit on Monster like, yo, you coming on the show? He was like, yeah. I said, what's your opinion? And he said, yo, Gerrard was better than Lampard. I was like, all right, this can run. Because I actually agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
You agree with that?
Gerrard was better. Yes, Gerrard was better than Lampard.
I don't, but Monster.
That's blasphemous.
Yeah, of course.
Come on. He was a better all-round footballer. He was.
Lampard was a second striker. Lampard Bruno is now. Lampard Bruno is now.
Gerrard was better defensively. Lampard was better going forward. Both were equally good creatively.
It's because Lampard was.
Do you know what it is?
Equally good? I disagree with that.
Lampard was a second striker, though. You look at his best years, this guy was playing. He had Makelele and Essien behind him, two of the best midfielders we've ever seen. The guy we named the role after Makelele. That's how good he is. That's known as the Makelele role. That's how good that man was.
They had like Xavi Alonso and that.
Yeah,
they had great players.
And then that's when they did well. Obviously, they just came up against, Fergie and Ronaldo and the GOATs and them things there. But they won leagues. Or not leagues, they won Champions Leagues. They play well in it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah,
I didn't really care. I didn't really care because we had Paul Scholes, man. So
yeah, Gerrard was just in the wrong. He's just in the wrong area. You know what I'm saying? And then when he slipped as well in it, like poetic justice.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, when it comes to Scholes, hands up and everything is cool, but Gerrard,
Scholes is clear of both of them. But see, do you know what I'm saying? And that was last week's show, people. But yeah, I let Indiana explain. Martial is not a striker. Give his reasons why. Then I let you lot respond in the comments. Tox, myself, and Lewis will all respond as well. So yeah, Indiana, take it away.
Take it away.
So my big thing with Martial, firstly, is mentality. I don't think he likes competition.
Look at this idiot agreeing already.
No, he doesn't.
Already.
When he's right, he's right.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you go with it.
Come on.
You know what? It's pissing me off with that shit. The way he ad-libbed that, like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
seriously.
you know what I'm saying? From the jump and that. You know what I'm saying?
Fam, if you're right, innit? Go ahead.
Firstly, Flawless, right? So you don't get upset. I'll be honest. When he's on the ball and he's running at players, he is my favorite player at Manchester United by a mile. He's exceptional. I love that. My problem is he chooses when he's going to turn up for those games. I have a real issue with that. Whenever there's competition, Zlatan and now Cavani, he doesn't want it. Can you have that mentality at Manchester United? You cannot.
Facts.
You cannot have that. The other thing is, you just watch him. He doesn't have the instincts to be a striker. He has to tell himself to move. Go back and watch any game, even games where he has scored goals. He makes the run once and then he comes to feet. He won't split apart the defense when it's in the box. In the 6-yard box, you don't really want him in there. He doesn't attack the post, doesn't attack the keeper. He's not aggressive enough. I see him as a wide forward. But so
playing you off, so you're more like a Rashford or something like that. How Rashford plays.
Yeah, I see him come off the left. Even when he's up front, he pulls to the left.
Right.
He's always pulling to the left. Don't get me wrong. I think his hold-up play has improved massively. Incredible at it now. It's really good. But you shouldn't have a 25-year-old professional footballer at Manchester United and the coaching staff begging him to move. That's ridiculous. That's just madness. He's not. I don't think he's ever going to be the striker that we need. I don't think. Listen, Chelsea won't be happy with it. They got their own problems with Werner, but they don't want to listen to that. What I'm saying is it's true, man. It's true.
Oh yeah, the German Derek Origi. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tiny Wiener, I call him, man, because he's never going to grow big. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I forgot that Luis, you're a Chelsea fan. It is what it is, isn't it?
Seriously.
Forgot. You forgot. Yeah.
I'm
the only one here with a badge. I've got 2, man.
Lewis, you know why I get onto you? Yeah, one, because of my admiration for your shamelessness, number one, and number two, when you say shit about United, not only is it true, it's funny, so it hurts further. You get what I'm saying? And I hear that, man. I understand how you do it to people. You know what I'm saying?
You already had the last show, and I dropped about 10 different Christensen agendas in the space of an hour. It's beautiful.
There we go with it, and I hate it when you were spot on with the majority of him. That's what annoyed me. But yeah,
I got him into a combined 11 with 5 different teams. Like, I'm shocked, but here we are. Go on.
I had no argument as a United fan. Who am I going to pitch? I had no one in it. I could pitch anyone in the whole 11. Sure, that was it. Sure, That's it. That's all I could pitch. You know what I'm saying? Go check out Premier League Pandemonium on Lewis's channel so you know what we're talking about. It was United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs.
Yeah, all them ones. But go on, bro. What are you saying?
My other thing is as well, which I think backs it, and I don't actually know the stats on this. I should have looked them up, but I'm as we said before we came on stream, that's not really my thing to go and check out stats. I'll go and look at stats after I believe something a lot of the time to see whether there's any context to it. But since Cavani's come in, we create a lot more chances from out wide. We put the ball in the box more often. I think the coaching staff, knowing that Martial's not going to make those runs, that wasn't part of the plan to put balls in the box because they're wasted balls. They are wasted balls. The idea is to get the ball within 2 or 3 passes into the box, right? So get the ball up to Martial, let him lay it off, then let him make his run and see whether we can break the lines like that. That's the idea of Martial. Doesn't work against the low block. That's my issue.
Just to piggyback that as well, it's probably from the players, in it. Like the players know there's no point in me putting that type of ball in because Martial's not going to move, in it. But with Cavani, you know the movement's going to be there, so you're more likely to want to put that ball in the area. You get me? So it's probably having a knock-on effect on the players as well with him being up top.
Yeah, no, definitely. The biggest issue I have is if you're going to be not just a Manchester United striker, a top 6 striker, but a professional player. If you're going to make something out of your career, step up when there's competition. Do that. Cavani comes in, I expect you to work really hard, run your ass off. Like even if things aren't coming off you, right? Because strikers go through bad spells. Put some effort in. Show me energy every second of the game. Show me energy. If a 33-year-old man can come into the Premier League and do that from minute 1, I'm pretty sure Martial could do it. It's a choice. And that's my issue with it.
Yeah, cool. Now I was just letting you land and get all your points out beforehand, because for those that don't know, I think it was the Q&A, and Indiana was in the comments, and we was going back and forth, and then I was like, who are we getting for Agenda FC? And I was like, this is perfect. I was like, this is legit, the perfect guest at the perfect moment for this. So I was just like letting you land. So since you was over there ad-libbing like Uncle Murder Talks, I let you add on to what Indiana's saying. And actually the question, do you believe, because you said when I posted on Insta, it's not that he's not a striker, you think it was a mentality. So do you think he's a striker, but he's just not good enough? Or do you agree with Indiana in the sense of he's not a striker?
I think he is a striker, he's just not good enough, bro. Like his mentality, like outside of Paula Bill Pogba, Martial is my favorite United player in it. So this ain't no campaign or anything, but it's just what I've seen in it. Like when competition does come in, it's supposed to spur you on and make you want to do better. He just crumbles, and we've seen it every time a strikers come in. He crumbles, and just looking at him in the team, it's just like we can't move forward with this guy as our number 9 in it. Like we can't. Unless he's the only number 9 in the team, and then he feels comfortable, so he starts playing. But aside from that, like we can't move forward with him. So I agree with every word. I just think he is a striker. He's just not good enough mentality-wise. Like he's not the guy that's gonna like carry you to that. You know, when you're going for that league title, you need that striker that's gonna guarantee you the goals. It's not him. It's not him.
Cool. Lewis is the only non-Manchester United fan. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think he's not a striker? Do you believe he is a striker, but he's not good enough? Is it a mix? Is there other factors, etc., etc.? Now you're from the outside looking in.
Here's the thing: you can't ever discount his quality, and I know no one's doing that. But you're onto something about the mentality, and the numbers speak for it themselves. Best season came when you put all of your eggs in one basket with him, and as soon as you expand your attack, he starts disappearing. And that's going to be a problem for the big teams, because the biggest teams aren't one-man teams. They are groups. They are squads. They all have other players that can also chip in when needed, because Martial's also proved that he can't do it for a full season either. So it's a sticky one. It's a mix of both, because you know what the quality is, and you don't want to lose that quality because it is beneficial to your squad, but you don't see it enough times to really hold him up in the upper echelon of players. And I don't know, because it's mental. I don't really know how you fix that. That's if it was form or it's technique or something like that, I understand. But it's mental. It's in here, and I don't know how that helps, especially at this age. It's how many seasons has he been at United now? 6
since he was 19.
Yeah, I think it's 5 or 6. That being said, I'm gonna give my thoughts on once Lewis is finished, and I know he's not played all them. I don't know how many. I think he's played 3 seasons, including this one as a number 9 in it. But yeah, go on.
If you still have question marks about a player if you're into their 6th season, then that's not a question.
Answer.
That's an answer, exactly.
Yeah.
So
do you know what
you say that?
Can I just say?
Go on.
Can I just say, like, not at the highest level, obviously, but I've been a coach for like 15 years now, near on 15 years. Men's football, junior football.
Let's go.
But I'm not talking shit at all.
Nah, I said talk your shit. I'm backing you up. Yeah, I'm saying talk your shit in it. Sorry, the money accent. My apologies, man. Go on.
No. So the one thing you cannot coach into anybody is desire. You cannot coach desire. You cannot blame the coaching staff when the player is not up for it. Systems and things like that, balance, yeah, cool. That's all on the coaching staff and the manager. But you cannot coach desire, and that is my issue with him. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to get up for a game at Manchester United. You shouldn't have to get up for it. You should know you're wearing that shirt, and the idea is to win and nothing else. And you should be disappointed with anything but a win.
Like what you said. Go on.
That it's just not good enough for me. There's a number of players in there that aren't good enough for me.
Who else do you think is not good enough, just on a complete side note? Because we won't get into that, but just out of interest. Okay.
Fred, low IQ. IQ footballer, not a low IQ person. Let's get that straight. He's got a low IQ. Like, when it comes to football, he makes poor decisions. Pass the poor decisions. That's what I call him, man. Because he makes them, man. He makes bad decisions. All he's got to do, all the guy has got to do, is win the ball and give it to somebody in a better position than him. It's pretty simple. The guy's shooting with his right foot. He needs to be fined at least 50 grand every time he thinks about taking a shot.
His shooting is not the one I say that in it. Like his shooting is definitely not the one. Anybody else apart from, because you said there's a few. I'm just gauging where you're at with the team and the squad and the players. That's all.
Wan-Bissaka, I think he needs competition. For me, he's the best in the world when it comes to a last-ditch slide tackle. He can't read the flight of the ball. He's not good enough going forward for me. Whether that would change with a right winger coming in, I don't know. McTominay's not at the level we need him to be. I think the pair of them together works right now, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough for what we need. Lindelof and Maguire together, that's just a partnership that does not work. It's a shame Bailly can't stay fit. We're never going to see the best of either of those without a decent partnership. And here's the thing with me, I don't care who plays, right? I don't care if Maguire is dropped or sold and we find the perfect partner for Lindelof. Let's just get that partnership together, right? We need to do that. Matic, obviously, not good enough. Dan James, not good enough. Martial, as we're saying, he's not good enough.
You have to mention him twice. I hear you. Go on.
Go on. No, I'm just thinking.
I'm playing it. Right? I know.
For me, actually, for us as older fans, like we expect a certain level. We expect a certain level at the club, and these players are just not there. They're just not there. You can play so for me, like a Fred, I keep Fred as a squad player, right? You can get him on to do a role. Do you want him playing a full season? No, you don't. I want intelligent players on the ball. Like, I think that's why Van der Beek isn't playing, because Van der Beek needs high IQ players around him, decent movement, move the ball quickly. Like, that's why he struggled last time out, in my opinion. Like, Van der Beek is good enough, but the balance isn't good enough in the side to get the best out of him.
He wants to play that one touch, two touch stuff. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
With the Fred thing, like I said, I get what you are saying with that. I think he's better. I disagree. I don't think he's that low IQ as you think he is. But yes, as a squad player, he can be used. But then that all comes into systems where he's been played, who he's being played next to, and being given the best possible platform to succeed. And that's my thing with Martial. Has Martial been poor this season? Yeah, like I've said this many a times, and that Martial shouldn't have played as many games as he has played during the season. He's been poor for pretty much the whole season. All strikers go through this. And again, I say this all the time. The service he gets, and I include Cavani in this as well. Whoever's our number 9, the service you get is terrible. The service is crap. These our strikers average 4 touches in the box per game this season. And that's not just Martial, that's Cavani. What are you supposed to do with that? Is Martial helping himself? Absolutely not. Like I said, he's poor. There's times when I've watched him. I think his form's been better recently, but when he was really going through it, there was times when you mentioned him holding the ball up. He wasn't even doing that. That's when I knew, like, okay, you need to be dropped and your confidence is in the bin. In terms of his mentality, I look at it like you're always going to look like that in terms of that's just your character. Because even when he was banging in goals last season, he still looked like that. He rarely smiles. He seems to me, this is from the outside
That's
looking
not
in,
it for me.
like he's just a calm guy. So you don't think so?
Flawless though.
But
got
you
no
might
issue
not.
with this.
But people throw that into his mentality, and it adds into him working hard and running around, etc., etc. I just want my striker, my number 9, to be effective. I'm not interested in all the extra stuff. How are you doing in front of goal? If Martial was missing a lot of chances, I'd be like, all right, that's on him. How many times does he get slid through one-on-one in front of goal? A man's missing. It's rare it doesn't, and that's not just him. That's Cavani also, and that's why Cavani hasn't. I think Cavani's played less games. No, Cavani definitely has played less games, but they got the same amount of goals because we give these strikers no service. We talk about Bruno. Shout out Statman Baines. He does the average positions all the time. Every time he does average position, Bruno's either higher on level with our 9 or higher than our 9. So, and you got Rashford and Greenwood either side who are not really creative like that. Who's providing him with service? He has 0 service this season. And that's the difference between this season and last season. If you look at the average top, Bruno's a second striker. We were talking about Lampard just earlier, and that's not me criticizing Bruno. His output's incredible. But that adds into why Martial is suffering, because the talent's there. You know what I'm saying? But then that goes back into the manager and leads into all roles. Yeah, hold up 1 second, yeah.
I partially agree with Flawless. Like, the service could be better, but that issue was there last season, and that issue was there last season. He still managed to bang however many goals he banged in it. Like, I don't think it's a service problem. We still got other players scoring this season. It's just him that's gone off the boil. Even 33 Greenwood, he's playing as a right winger in it. I'm not gonna kill him.
That's my whole point. It's not the same as last season because he wasn't averaging 4 touches We had a 10 who was actually playing as a 10. Go and look at the average position match where Bruno was compared to, and bear in mind, Bruno only came in half a season compared to where he is now. Compared to, like, there's no striker in world football who could average 4 touches in the box per game and have a successful season. Nobody's going to be prolific like that. Cavani's not going to be prolific like that.
That's not Cavani's game anyway.
No, it's not like that. No, I'm not saying he is like that. But what I'm saying is no striker is going to thrive in that. Well, I'm going to get into my next point, but I'll let you respond to that.
I feel that's kind of his fault as well, because the lack of movement is why you're not going to get the touches that you should be getting in it. Like, he is very easy, I would imagine, to defend against when he doesn't have the ball at his feet. Like, if we're just looking at him running in behind or like making clever movement to find space, I imagine he'd be very easy to defend against.
You know what's mad? You sound like me talking. It sounds like me talking to you about Lukaku, but that's a whole other thing in that, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's funny that, innit? For those that don't know, we ain't gonna go back into that. Me and Tox went back and forth with Lukaku this whole time here before he arrived for years. So it's complete side note and that. But yeah, like I get what you're saying. He is, and that adds into as well. All strikers have poor seasons too. One thing I can say is confidence is definitely in the bin. Confidence is definitely low. I agree with you though, Tox. One more thing, I agree with you. He should go searching for the ball more though. He definitely should go and get it. Yeah.
What we see with Cavani is we see the players actively trying to find him, trying to put in crosses. Even Luke Shaw now trying to put in crosses. You get me? Like, we see players trying to find him because they know he's going to try something in it. With Martial, it's like they're not even going to bother. I remember last season, I can't remember what game it was, but it's before Bruno got here. I remember we went through a period where we kept playing Mata in the 10 and then Lingard in the 10, and Solskjaer just couldn't find a 10.
And Pereira as well. Let's not forget that.
Pereira, that was it. No, it was Pereira and Lingard he kept playing in the 10. Yeah, it's Pereira and Lingard that he kept playing in the 10. And then for one game, he brought in Mata and put him in the 10. And all of a sudden, we're seeing Rashford making runs in behind that I've not seen him made for months and months. You get me? And it's like, wow, look how he acts. Looks how he acts when he's got a player in the 10 that he knows will find him. And that's what it is with players, man. It's like you train with these men every day. You know what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. So if they're not trying to find him, I'm blaming him for it at this point because they're trying to find Cavani and etc.
Yeah, I get what you're saying in terms of trying to find Cavani in terms of getting out wide and crosses into the box. But again, it goes back to him not helping himself. But when you're not helping yourself, there's either be dropped 1 or 2, help him around him. Like I said, the goal that Richarlison scored against Liverpool at Anfield, he hasn't had a ball like that all season. If he was getting balls like that, I'd be like, cool, because
but
Bruno's too high.
flawless, man. Come
That's
on,
not a
he works
criticism.
his socks off for Charleston.
I'm
Like,
not. I don't rate him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me though. I don't rate Richarlison that complete side
than
note.
Martial, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you tripping.
More
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
You
Why?
tripping. You
Why?
tripping with that.
Why?
Richarlison over.
Box, is he not?
Richarlison over.
Not
I'm
as a
just
wide
fan of
player. Not as a wide
No,
player.
as
not in
just
terms
as
of
a
talent.
as a player overall, and I'm just not a fan of Richarlison. I'm always on his case, and I think he's one of these fake Brazilians up there with Joe Linton, Willie, and all them man. Yeah, me and all the. Hey, allow Fred in it. He's not an attacker and all them man. Firmino, all these type of guys. But that's my point is Rodriguez doing that. Bruno, like I said, he's not a 10, and this is not me criticizing Bruno. His output, is incredible. His goals and assists, incredible. His impact, incredible. I'm just saying, our 10 plays higher than you if you look at most of the time. And then you have two wide players, whether it's Greenwood, whoever's on the wide right, who are not creative. So you have to go pick up the ball, which he should do. He needs to take more responsibility and accountability on himself. I'm just saying, is he playing well? No. Is he being helped? You are in the worst possible predicament. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point in this guy. And any 9, I don't care what 9 you go and get. You could go get a Kane, go get a Aguero. They will die in this team. They'll go the same way.
Flawless.
Similar to
After
Cavani.
last season, there's no excuses for him, man.
But it's different from last season. We don't play the same. Bruno, you got to understand, half the season Bruno wasn't there. He had a 10. We don't have a 10.
Okay, cool. So then what we're saying is this season we're second in the league right now. It doesn't work for Martial. So Martial's not good enough for this Manchester United side.
Under Oli, I don't think any 9's good enough for him. But we're not winning anything anyway, so it makes no difference. Whether you take him out or not. Even if you go take out Martial, let's get a Kane. We still don't win anything with Oli in charge. Because like Musa said, all roads lead back to the dugout. We don't win anything with this manager in charge. So you think we win? So you think if we get Kane, we can win a Premier League or Champions League with this manager?
We need more than that. We need more than that.
Yeah,
but I do. Listen, Harry.
What do we need? Go on, tell me.
You can't be comparing.
I'm not comparing. I'm not
comparing.
No. I'm not. It's not a comparison. I'm just saying we'll take Kane because Kane's one of the best. Or take Aguero, whatever 9 you want, and you put him into this team with no service. He might score more goals than Martial because he's a better striker, but he doesn't lead us anywhere. He doesn't get that many more goals. We're talking about Cavani. Cavani, I think, is on the same amount of goals. But he went 3 or 4 games without conceding. He ran around and he went in the last 2 hours of football he played. He got 3 touches in the box. It was the West Ham game and there was a game after that. He gets no service.
But the thing with Cavani, and he's done it his whole career. Cavani will always miss the easy chances. He's always done that. He's done that at PSG. It's those goals you don't expect him to score. But my point is that he gets on the end of balls in the box. He'll do that silly miss kick. He does it all the time, right? When the ball.
Well, you wilding with this, innit? If you think we win the Prem with Oli in charge, but that's a whole nother thing, innit? No one will ever convince me of that life. Wait.
I'm not saying we're 100% going to win the league with Oli.
I know you're not saying that. I'm saying there's no belief in it. Nobody believes that. Whether you're Oli in, Oli out, rival fans, a Manchester United fan, nobody believes with this man in charge that we were clear at the top of the league, and nobody believed that we would win the league.
Yeah.
Nobody. Shout out my boy Stroh. At the start of last season, Stroh was talking about before a ball was kicked, Liverpool gonna win this league. Soon as the transfer window shut, he was saying this every Monday. I'd see him and he'd be like, yo, we're going to win this league long before, because that's belief in your manager. You know what I'm saying? We have no belief in our manager. But yet when our number 9's not firing, it's all on the number 9 and the manager gets no blame. Yet even if we had the best number 9 in the world, even if we have the best number 9 in the world, we're still not having belief. We could get Kane tomorrow. I don't believe we win the league.
You know I don't like Oli in it. Like you know I'm a massive Oli out person in it, but I can't put this on Oli in it. Like this is definitely a Martial thing. You get me? Like you can't just go off the boil as soon as another striker comes in, bro. Like we've seen this too many times now. It's him in it. You can look at him, and although he's not running around like a headless chicken, that's never been him. You get me? But aside from the running around, you can just see he's not doing basic stuff. He just don't look there mentally in it. And
go on.
He needs to go in it. Like
because his confidence is low. Yo, one second. I agree, and this is what I was telling you in the comments as well. I was like, drop him properly. And I'm not putting it solely on Oli. What I'm saying is it's a mix of things. Is it solely on Martial? Absolutely not. Is it solely on Oli? No. Like I said, when you are getting no service as a striker, there's very little you can do. That being said, you could do more than what you are doing with the little service you are getting.
It's tough though, isn't it?
It's very tough.
It's tough to drop because Cavani.
No. Oh, sorry. It's not tough to drop. No. Because if
No, I
Martial
think
was,
it is.
Nah,
I think
'cause
it
if
is tough to drop him.
I think it is. It's tough
the
to
reason
drop
why
him.
the reason why I say it's not tough to drop him, if Martial's injured, do we play with somebody else or do we start with 10 men? It's not tough to drop anybody.
My
If a player's
thing
not
is-
playing, you can drop anybody. Anybody can be dropped.
No, I
We
agree
just-
with that. I agree with that. I'm
So
saying
why does
right
he get
now-
away with that?
The only
hang on.
thing we'd give Ollie credit for is his man management. That's the only thing we give him credit for.
And even
feel
I'm looking
like
shaky
Ollie,
on that.
I
With
feel
what
like Ollie
Lingard
feels,
said, I'm shaky on that with
I
what
hear that.
Lingard said. But, you know,
But
that's a whole
I
other
feel-
conversation.
Keeping half of the fan base on his side this long.
You know why? It's because of that goal in '99, and I love him for it too. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it's not got nothing to do with that.
It definitely
Lewis,
has.
man, Lewis.
It does. We have
definitely
please
has.
please explain what a decent squad with a poor manager is, because you've had that this season.
And then I'm with 8th. And as soon as he got sacked, they flew up the top of the league. And
Chelsea fans who are like, why do we care about Tuchel when he's not the one that scored 211 goals for us? I'm like, well, what the fuck
I've
does
seen
that
that.
have to do with him being a manager?
I don't think it's about that at Man United.
I've
I
seen
think
a tweet saying that.
No, but I can understand the mentality because we have brain dead fans that think the same thing too.
yeah, it is. And I'm not saying that's you, Indiana. I'm saying that's a lot of people don't want to dog him out because of that. My pop says it to me all the time. He's like, I don't want to dog him out because of what he did. But
no,
is he good
I've
enough?
got no
No.
emotional attachment to the player, man.
No, I do. I want him
out.
out, but I can separate because I have an emotional attachment. It hurts me more that it's him and not somebody else because I actually like you. I seen you as part of some of the greatest Manchester United sides I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it's you who has just got us in the mud hurts me even more in that, rather than if it was. So look at the smile on Lewis's face as if this was someone else. Lewis didn't want to say Lampard out during Lampard's reign. He didn't want to say Lampard out. It hurt, innit?
Yeah, but that's very different, though, isn't it? This is Chelsea. Chelsea will buy their way out of trouble. Like they'll back the manager no matter what until it comes to the point of nah, that's enough, and then they'll go again and throw the money at it. Like if Man United won something, if we win something this season, the board won't buy us players. They'll say this side is good enough. That's my issue with it.
We have the same thing. Like our worst transfer windows have all come after
No,
winning the league.
I hear that.
Yo, and you lot, get the likes up on the video as well, people. Sorry to cut you, man, off. Get the likes up. Make sure you subscribe. Both Lewis and Indiana's channels are in the YouTube title as well. So click on them right now. It won't take you off this, and subscribe to both and hit the notification bell. Carefree Lewis and Indiana. First 11, First XI. But yeah, go on, Indiana.
So a new manager comes in. Like, do you expect you just spent 250 million? Like, so that's over 2 windows. Let's be honest, right? It's not 1 window. You expect Tuchel to get back, because most Chelsea fans are talking about Haaland coming in. You expect him to get backed, right, after a big spend.
Apparently, we're going for another big spend in the summer.
I've heard this too. I've heard this.
That big striker and a centre midfielder.
It's right, Werner being turfed out already in that. Maz.
No, because Werner's technically not a striker. He's a left forward.
I don't think he's technically a footballer, if I'm honest.
I'm with you on that, Indiana.
Deep with him.
Yeah, he is. I hate all this as soon as a striker. At least I keep the same energy with Martial. I call him a striker. All this with Werner, he's technically people do that in the comments talking about Gabby Jesus.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Gabby Jesus, he's a wide player in that
sense. Because he's not really a striker, but I don't want him hanging out on the left wing either because he's horrendous on the left wing. But left forward in the middle areas, I actually like him in that area of the pitch. I can't lie. He's pretty decent.
He's for high-line football, man. That's what he's good at.
He really is. That's why we're trying to shoehorn him at this point. Because one thing I will say, Premier League, like low block FC, and we got someone who runs in behind. It's really a stinky one, but we gotta make the most of it. Like he's not fraud. He's like Morata was a genuine fraud. Timo Werner ain't a fraud. That's the one thing.
It's the Chelsea
Timo Morata
fans frauds, man. They're in the transfer window. Like I'm on the terrace. I'm telling them all, he's going to be flop of the season. He is flop of the season.
You called that actually. You did.
I did call that.
You
he's
called
flop
that. I give
of
you
the
your props.
season. Like the one thing I do is study strikers. That's my thing. I don't care about any other position really. Like I love strikers, so I'm watching them all the time because let's be honest, goals win games, and goals. That's what's enjoyable about football, right?
Yeah.
Timo Werner was never
debatable,
ever going to be that prolific striker. Was never going to happen.
Yeah, no, I never
Poulsen was the key to him.
Say that again?
Poulsen, he was the key. Linking up the play for him, running in behind. That was part of it. Chelsea, I think they're going to go for a winger. I don't think they're going to go for a striker, if I'm honest.
Nah, they need a striker.
I heard we want Haaland and Sancho, which sounds like a fuck in itself.
Nah, you ain't getting.
Here's the thing with the Haaland thing, though. We just said it. High line merchants. Haaland's playing against them high lines in the Bundesliga and that. What happens when you go Burnley on a Tuesday night and you got that low block?
Yeah, but you don't think Haaland's more adaptable than Werner?
Yeah, he is.
He said, I don't know because I've not seen enough, so I'm reserved. People were trying to.
I don't think we'll get Haaland and then he'll start scoring every shot on target and get 40 goals a season. I don't think. I still think.
Wait. So you want to have two strikers not scoring goals? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think
the both of them not doing fuck all. Is that what's happening?
Nah, because Haaland ain't gonna. I think he'll have a slower turn. It'll be like every other shot. You know, like that one's because Haaland is ridiculously clinical right now. But I don't think it'll be the same thing at the Premier League. You can't just bring that straight from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. But I still think he'll ball out because he's a lot more adaptable to the Premier League than Werner is. I feel like he can translate his style of play a bit more into that league than the Bundesliga would, and especially compared to the way Timo Werner has. Because you are right on a lot of the things about Werner, which is why there's a question mark on him. But the fact that he's involved in so much other parts of the play instead of the final end product is why he still doesn't really look like a flop to me just yet. Like Morata would just walk around the pitch and do fuck all for 90 minutes.
Do you know what the Werner thing is? Right? What I hear from Chelsea fans, like he doesn't score a goal, but he did really well. He did great. Did you see him? He did really well. I'd say that to my kids. When a 4-year-old daughter, she's like on her bike with stabilizers. I'm like, oh, she falls off, right? I'm like, oh, you did really well. You did really well. This is supposed to be the striker. No. This is supposed to be the striker that wins you a Premier League this season or next season. Like, I've had enough of it. Do you know how many DMs I've had? How many DMs I've had the last 2 weeks of Chelsea fans saying, I'm starting to think you were right about Werner. My response, right? I just copy and paste it. Yeah, the last 2 weeks I've been getting DMs about it.
I'd understand that, but the last 2 weeks,
yeah, the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks I've been getting DMs about it. I got one in the comment. I got one in the comments last night on this channel. What's that?
He hasn't been bad the last few weeks. Like the only game he's been
bagging goals, is he?
Bad, it was the Southampton game. Everything else he's been excellent. He's been racking up man of the match awards. He's been playing well.
Yeah, but he's not scoring goals. His job is to score goals.
Yeah.
That's my thing with it.
He hasn't been scoring goals. I'll hold my hand up with that.
My whole thing with Werner is I think he will come good eventually. Like I said, next season, that's when you can start to judge him. It's going to take him a season or so to develop and to get used to the Premier League. But that's why I'm saying I think you'll go for more of a creative winger than you will Haaland.
But it depends on what. The reason why I don't see them going for a creative winger because Tuchel's gone with his back three. So I don't know if that's because of the squad, but if you're playing a back three, wingers ain't needed. You reckon you'll change it?
That's not going to be a permanent formation.
Okay.
I think we are going to go back to 4 at the back. And here's the thing. We just we sound so much like we're genuinely pushed onto Erling Haaland right now that I think it's going to be him over Sancho. Like we're already earmarked a £100 million fee for him as a baseline so far. Compared to Sancho, which is just like Sancho's just basic rumors. Like we could be in for Haaland or Sancho or the pair of them. But the only one that we're really seriously talking about is Erling Haaland. Apparently, Erling Haaland's already had like quiet talks and everything right now. So it looks like that's what we're looking for.
City have put a package together, haven't they? Listen, everybody with money will be trying to buy him.
But that's the thing. Not as many clubs have money this year. Everyone's still recovering from the pandemic. That's why Chelsea want to move this year because next year he has the 62 million buyout clause and anyone can jump in for him. So we can go to Dortmund and say, here's 100 million now instead of you waiting a year. Or you could even throw in another attacker in the deal as well. I've already said anyone except for Hudson-Odoi and Havertz, their position's up for jeopardy if Dortmund want them, in my opinion. Any other than they could go in as part of the fee. Yeah. Even Werner, if you want to be real about it. Because Haaland is that generation. I will take Haaland over Werner. I can say that.
No, I do the same at United for Martial. I'd say Martial plus cash. Take Haaland. That's how I'd do it.
Yeah, like, the thing. Go on, Werner, if you want a Pulisic, if you want a Ziyech in the deal, even going back to if you want him back too. There you go. Here's what it is.
So I got butchered in the comments for this because we were talking about Haaland, and I was just like, I'm reserving judgment on him. I'm just waiting to see. Like people have already crowned this guy king. And he's not even had a full season at Dortmund yet. People talking about, Haaland and Mbappe is the next Ronaldo and Messi. How? Like, based off, like, I just can't crown you king already, innit? Word to Black Panther, like, is this your king? This guy's done half a season. Go on.
He's
Tom.
just another Lukaku, bro. Like I see
He
United
gives me
fans want him.
Lukaku vibes.
I
He
see United
does.
fans want him, and it's like, fam, y'all didn't even want Lukaku, and we had him. Do you get me? And now it's like you want Haaland. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
like,
Harden wasn't overweight, was he?
That's true. And the thing is, I'm not saying that Haaland's not good enough and people shouldn't rate him. I'm just saying, me personally, I've not watched enough of him to put him in the bracket with an Mbappe. Just yet. I've seen enough of Mbappe where I'm like, all right, you're something special. Not only is your individual output incredible, I've seen you impact big matches since you burst on the scene. You're impacting Champions League games. You got your team to a final. You went to the World Cup as a 19-year-old and was the main man. Like, people look past that. Like, that's big to me. It's all well and good being in a great side, but is it your team? Like, think of the Barcelona sides that were great as Neymar and Suarez were. That's Messi's team. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way United's teams, that's Ronaldo's team. You know what I'm saying? As good as Benzema and Bale was. So that's why I'm very critical of Neymar, because we haven't seen you win your team anything big yet when you're the main man. Yes, you're individually brilliant.
Poch, is he? Let's be honest.
Your individual, less of the Poch slander, but individual, I think they'll win the Champions League. But I seen your tweet, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they just won 4-1 at the new camp, innit? You know what I'm saying? Destroying certain people's goats. But it is what it is. But yeah, that's back to my point is, can you be the main man and win something? Like, that's what I look at. But yeah, back to my point about Haaland, people already throwing him in with Mbappe and saying this is the new Ronaldo versus Messi. I'm like, maybe I could be wrong, but to me, that's a bit premature.
I think it's his natural ability. That's what clubs will be looking at and fans look at, is just his natural ability, the way he finishes, his movement for a striker so young. Like, because we know a striker doesn't really come into their prime till like 27, 28, around that mark, right? He's 20 years old. He does it in the Champions League. He does it against top quality defenders. His movement, his runs are exceptional. His finishing, all types of finishes with both feet. I just like the way he plays football. He's just a complete striker for his age.
Like I said, you've watched him more than I have. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm not saying he's bad, he's good. The few times I have seen him, like Tox, I'm glad Tox mentioned it and not me. He does kind of remind me, in a technical sense, I'm talking about Lukaku. He gives me Lukaku vibes when I watch him. In terms of, he's a goal scorer, that can't be doubted.
Yeah, he's got instinct. He's got instinctive finishing about him. That's what it is. The instincts are good.
Yeah,
the instincts are good. But in terms of Chelsea, I mean, they're going to have to make sure they get Champions League football, and Dortmund don't get it. There's a lot of factors here, because I think if Dortmund get Champions League football, they sell Sancho, they'll try and keep hold of Haaland. I think they will. And Chelsea won't get him without Champions League football. That's not.
Yeah, we won't get him without Champions League football. But I also think they'd rather get rid of Haaland now, because if they hold him for a year, they're just going to lose him for 62 million, regardless of how much he develops. Whereas Jadon Sancho, he ain't got a buyout clause though, has he?
No.
Yes, that means they can command whatever fee they want for him. That means, in my opinion, Sancho's a better choice for them to keep long term.
Sancho wants to leave. Sancho wants to leave,
but same way, he can still be held for longer, because how long is his contract?
So I don't know. Let
me have a look. I'll have a look.
Yeah, have a look.
I know reports are coming out. United have dropped interest in Sancho. Like, they want a striker, but this is Man United. We'll go in for Haaland and end up with fucking Danny Ings on a free. That's what it'd be.
Extended till 2023, so he's got 2.5 years. Okay, in that case, shit, then there is a way to think about it.
I think if the pandemic doesn't happen, United do get Sancho in his summer just gone. If the pandemic doesn't hit, I think you get it. But yeah, Neeks is saying it. Shout out to Neeks in the comments. He says Sancho has 2 years left this summer. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Neeks Sports also as well. Lewis, I know you got a dip because you're heading onto United Central. So yo, man, make sure you head over to United Central and subscribe. That's my Don Saeed. Anything you want to add before you bounce, Lewis?
Yeah, safe guys. Thanks for having me on. And looking forward to Chelsea pamming United on Sunday.
We got you. Make sure you send me the watch along link for the Blues fan. I'm gonna send you the one over here, bro. And we're gonna cross over. We're gonna cross over, defo in it. As soon as Martial bags you, I'm writing the Blues fans TV and trolling.
As soon as Christensen locks down Martial, I'll be back here.
You know what? You know what's mad? I'm gonna send you the clip. You know when Martial scored that header when Wan-Bissaka crossed it in. You know who he left for dead?
Yeah.
The Danish Maldini.
Lampard tax. I've already told you about this. Lampard tax exists as much as Ole tax does.
That's why I hate this guy, because he's the king of spin, and it annoys me.
This whole Tuchel talk, man, it's just Frank Ball with energy. That's all it is.
Also, Caballero tax as well. He's the one that lent that Jamie Rashford free kick. I ain't forgotten. His only ceiling was that he was better than Kepa last season.
I'm telling you right now, Yeah, big up to you. It's going to be a 1-0 win. Rashford or Martial winner. I'm telling you, innit? That's what
Martial likes playing against Chelsea as well, isn't it?
Oh, Reece James. That's. I feel bad for him already.
For who?
Yeah,
For Reece James.
Against who?
Marcus Rashford, obviously.
Maybe in
feel
the
bad
middle
for him,
third,
that's
but
what
not
I'm
the
saying.
final third. But I won't speak
Yeah,
too
nice.
much because you love the goal against them. But yeah, I'm gonna you lot take care. Bless
big up
guys,
Lewis,
bless.
man. Every
Yo,
time
bless,
I'll catch
bro.
you with you shortly. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to Carefree Lewis's channel is in the title of the YouTube vid. So click on that right now and you can subscribe. Same to Indiana, the first XI. But yeah, back to we went off on Werner slander, which is great. I love it on Sarcasm City anytime.
It's
Somebody
just
else's players is
Just
getting
not good
slandered.
enough, is he, man? It's just not good
Yeah.
enough.
Oh yeah, Werner's trash. I've said this, man. Werner, Jesus, Origi, Firmino, all these nines that don't score. But that buys into my point as well when people are like, you need a prolific 9 to score. City are 10 points clear in all competitions. Don't have a good number 9.
With
Yeah, they
Gabriel
got goal
Jesus.
scoring midfielders, man.
No,
Come on, they
but
got
yes,
goals
they
from
do.
everywhere.
I'm not saying they don't, but again, that comes back to all roads leading into the dugout. You know what I'm saying in terms of the reason why they have.
Whoa.
Go on.
It's Ollie's fault Fred can't shoot. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm not saying that. I'm
No,
not. No,
I'm saying
that.
City's got goals from everywhere. Like every midfielder that comes on could score a goal, right?
Every midfielder can. Here's the thing, though. If you, this is what I'll say in it. If you give Ollie that City team, he does not have them playing like that.
No, I agree.
Exactly. We
I
have
agree,
better.
but I'm
That's
not-
my
I'm
whole
not
point.
comparing them.
I'm not.
I'm not
No.
comparing
It's not a
But
comparison.
also-
Go on.
Also, if Pep had this 11, even our first 11,
He gets more out. He gets more out.
He
of
might
it.
get more out of them, but
He
also
definitely
he
gets
gets
more
more out of Man City.
Who gets
in
more out of
terms
Man
of-
City?
In terms
Oh yeah.
of replacing players.
Oh,
Remember,
Pep
we've still
definitely
got
does.
players from Fergie's era.
I'm
We
not.
got, we got players built over 5 managers.
Yeah, I'm not
And
disputing that.
every manager wants to buy players. Like every player is a system player because they're bought for that manager's system.
I hear
So
what
I
you're saying.
I do actually think Ollie is getting the best out of our players for majority of the time.
I completely disagree with that.
Where I criticize him, is things like substitutions. Like last night, I didn't want to see Rashford play. I didn't want to see Bruno play. Bruno, you could argue he might not.
But you know what the mad part about that is? You were even shocked that happened. I wasn't shocked. Tox wasn't shocked. Nobody on planet Earth was shocked that he did that because this manager makes decisions that are not good enough. I agree with you in terms of you get different. I like Ollie in terms of what he's done with the squad. I think he's improved the squad massively. Did he get back fully in the summer and get everything he wanted? No. All I'm asking him to do, though, is with the players you have, get the most out of it, and you don't. You don't. Lewis spoke on it. We did a combined 11 in terms of on form between 5 teams, us, Leicester, Arsenal, Spurs, and Chelsea. We got 2. Wait, I think we got 1 player in there in the end. I couldn't even fight for no one. I tried to fight for everyone best.
Who got in?
Bruno.
Bruno.
It's Bruno. Yeah. See, you already know. But yet we're second. We're above all those teams I mentioned. He is not getting the most out of this squad, and that's my big.
Yeah, but I could flip that on you, couldn't I?
Flip it.
I could turn around and I could say to you, this squad's not good enough. These players aren't good enough, but we're in second. So the manager's actually getting the best out of them.
I disagree with that.
I
think if we have a better manager, we're in a genuine title race.
No.
Yeah, I think we got a really good squad.
With a manager who's not good.
We
enough,
haven't got a really good squad. I'm sorry.
I genuinely feel like we do.
I disagree.
We have a really good
We
squad.
don't have a right winger. We need a DM. We
I'ma flip
need our
this on you.
centre back partnership.
I've
is
said this
terrible.
many
You
times.
can't win a league
he keeps
without a
playing
decent centre back
I
partnership.
flip this on you. 2 things. I flip it on you. People talk about our defense. He's bought 3 of a back 4. That's on the manager. He's bought a left back, a right back, a centre back, and the defense is our worst part of our team, and he spent the most. I flip it on you again in terms of every team.
Well, no, because I just said the centre back partnership. You bought a centre back partnership, did he?
But you should have that in mind. Who was he going to play with? Maguire. He didn't think ahead. He just signed Maguire.
I don't think he was his target. I think that was Mourinho's target. Mourinho's the one who wanted Harry Maguire.
So you think Ollie came in and they said we're signing Maguire, and Ollie said I don't want him, and he said I don't care, and he carried on with it.
I don't think that happened. I think he said, "Yeah, okay, cool. He's a good player."
Okay, so you agree.
We need to buy it. Which is why one of our targets is a centre back to partner with Maguire.
I'm gonna crush all of this now. Every team we've seen win the league in the past 10 years has had some form of deficiency. There's no perfect 11. I've seen Manchester City win leagues with Fabian Delph at left back, who's not a left back, Otamendi at centre back, and players like this. I see Liverpool win a Champions League and a Premier League with a 9 who doesn't score goals. He does not score. They have a striker who doesn't score goals. So that's what I'm saying is that's why he's not getting the most out of it. There's no City are the closest thing to it, and I hate using them as the example that have a perfect 11. But even this season, if it was Oli, we'd be talking here. We'd be sat here if he had that squad and go, right, we don't have a 9. Aguero's,
we'd have the excuse.
Jesus is not good enough. Yeah, we
don't really have a 9. We got Martial.
No, Cavani. We got Cavani.
Yeah, we got Cavani, but again, Cavani, go look back through his
Cavani's
career.
played game.
But he's always missed those simple chances.
Who signed him?
You talk about his PSG. Talk about his PSG career. When Zlatan came in, he played out on the right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. But what I'm saying is the manager signed him. So you're telling me the players the manager signed aren't good enough?
No, I think the players the manager signed.
So Cavani's a 9. So he's his signing. That's my whole point. Is the excuses will run for this guy for long.
I think we've not running an excuse for him because I do think we have improved in terms of creativity, like Tok said before, since he came in. But I don't think he's the number 9 that Man United would want. Also, how do you get the best? How do you keep players sharp? What's the best way? And
drop them.
Positions, not drop them. The two positions you have to keep the sharpest: your goalkeeper and your striker. The best way to keep them sharp is create competition. Luke Shaw has been better since we got Telles in. De Gea has been better since we got what's his name in.
I don't know.
I think he has.
Up until recently. Because I didn't want him at the start. His recent form has been bad. Before that, he was good.
Remember his name.
That goes Henderson you're talking about, but that goes back to my point: is get the most out of what you have, and he's not getting the most out of what he has. And the thing is, I rate the squad, and I actually like his signings. I don't think, even though I don't rate Maguire, and I've had it up to here with him, I don't think he's as bad as people make out. Wan-Bissaka, who you don't rate, I actually rate. I don't think he's that bad. It's only Dan James is the only signing I look at, and I'm like, that's not it. You're not getting the most out of it. Work with what you have. We're seeing Pep. They are clear in the league without a striker.
Look at the players he's got, man. If he's not happy with a right back, he'll get another right back. If he's not happy with the goalkeeper, he'll get another goalkeeper.
That's not my point. My point is he's working with what he has. If you ask Pep, would you prefer a goal scoring number 9? He's going to tell you yes.
Yeah, but what he's got is what he wanted.
He doesn't have one. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't.
What he's got is what he wanted. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. It does
Pep's
make sense.
got what he wanted.
No, but he doesn't have everything he needs. Everything he wanted is what I'm saying. If you ask him, would you prefer a goal scoring number 9? Of course he's going to say yeah, but he doesn't have one. So what's he doing this season? Working with what he has. He's getting the most out of his attack without a striker.
Firstly, I think it's unfair to compare Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Pep Guardiola.
No. I'm not comparing. All right, let's take David Moyes at West Ham. They're currently 4th in the league. They don't have the 4th best squad, but Moyes is getting the most out of the team he has. Is it a perfect setup for Moyes? Does he have? Do
you think he done that at United?
Who
Moyes got the best out of Man United?
No, I don't think Moyes is good enough. I don't think Moyes is good, but Moyes is a better manager than Ole, as we're seeing with what he's doing with West Ham.
So if Man United finish in the top 4 this season, first time done back to back since Ferguson,
as I would expect it to, because we have one of the best squads. I think me or you could manage.
I think
that's not an achievement. That's the bare minimum requirement. That's a bare minimum requirement.
But it's about consistency, no?
Yeah, but consistency and also about winning trophies also. And what have we won under this guy?
Yeah.
He has the best squad.
Massive, huge question mark. Listen, I'm not making the argument that he's the right guy to win us titles.
I know you know. You're very smart in the.
I've never said that.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm saying is, here's my thing. Some people will be happy with winning a trophy every now and again. That's not good enough for me. I'm a Manchester United fan. I need to see consistency, stability in the club. I need to see a whole team built under one manager. Get that balance, get it to fit. That's what I need to see happen. Then you can bring in a top renowned winner to come in and manage that team. But right now, let me tell you what would happen. Let me tell you, even with Poch, what would happen. Come in, want things his own way. This happened at Spurs. Because remember with Poch, the director of football left. Poch couldn't identify talent. He couldn't even identify it, let alone get it through the door. So he butts heads. So what happens with Ed Woodward, who's going nowhere because he owns shares in the club, not getting a director of football. So there is going to be no link between manager and club. It's manager and club. That's it. That's all there is. So what happens if you come in and you're headstrong, you know you need things a certain way, you want control of this, control of that, you butt heads. So when you look at what Manchester United have got, and this is my own theory, right? I don't know this for a fact. This is my own theory. The coaches that he's got in there are probably to bring youth up through. I think we've been buying some of the best young talent in Europe. We have been doing that. We've got some great young talent coming through. Can't wait to see them. People who know the club. I think that's important because I feel since Fergie, we lost the club's identity completely. And we've gone down so many different routes that we need to get something new, some sort of culture back there, something to build on, a foundation. Then we'll get rid of Ollie. Then Ollie can turn around and say, yeah, I've done my job. Hopefully he doesn't get sacked. Hopefully he just walks and says, look, I've done what I can do. And then we get a top manager.
He should just be a director of football, then, innit? Like, you shouldn't be the manager of the club.
That's the problem. Man United will not let that happen.
I actually agree with you in terms of him building the squad. I just think he's done what he's supposed to do. I think his job's complete. You've built the house. You shouldn't be here picking furniture and that and talking about where.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has built the squad. That's my issue with it. No, I don't think he's done enough there in terms of buying players in.
Right. Well, you saying all right? You don't like the right back he signed. You don't like the right back he signed. Are you
that's not.
I'm asking in terms of his signings because you're saying you don't think he's built. I think he's done everything he can. Buying Wan-Bissaka made perfect sense at the time. The same as getting Dan James made perfect sense at the time. Like he knew we had, and him, not just him, it was the coaching staff as well. Like if you're going to give credit, give blame to all the same people. So what does he need then for him? Well, wait, you don't think he can win as a league title anyway, innit? So
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by it.
Let him build, but then say for instance he builds and gets the squad to a point you like. Then if the new manager comes in, he's not. He might still want to change it. I don't think
he will want to change it. He will want to change it. There's no doubt there. Which is why now it's very dangerous. What happens if a new manager comes in and he doesn't like Rashford?
We take that. You depend. You know what? You have these conversations beforehand. So you talked about managers coming in.
Yeah, but that's where you're trusting. That's where you're trusting people like Woodward to do.
No. I trust the manager. To get.
I trust Woodward.
We know you're Woodward in and that.
Whoa,
you the only guy. Yeah, he's Woodward in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go and talk to let you die on this hill in it. Yeah. Go and explain why you like Woodward in it. He does like.
I've explained it a few times before in it, but I just think he does a great job in terms of doing what he has to do in his role in it. So in terms of backing all the managers that he's brought in, he's backed all of them. He's hired and fired when he should have. The people he's brought in, he was supposed to bring in, and the people he's fired, he was supposed to fire at the time he fired them in it. He's ruthless as well in it, right? When it's time for Ollie to go, he will get rid of Ollie at the right time, innit? I've got every faith in Woodward.
In that case, you must be Ollie in, right?
I'm definitely not Ollie in. I can't stand him.
How can you be Woodward so pro Woodward
because Woodward
he makes all the right decisions. He's ruthless, right?
When he brought Ollie in, it was the right decision to bring Ollie in, innit? But Woodward's gonna give you enough rope to hang yourself because he lets the managers manage the team. We only seen a few times with Jose, he stepped in and was like, "Nah, you can't sell this player, you can't sell that player." But he lets them manage the team. He's just giving Ollie enough rope to hang himself.
Spurs are doing it now with Jose. Yeah. You bring Jose and you give him everything he needs. That's what you do. He's that manager.
He gave Jose everything he needed. It's just Jose started being stupid.
Yeah, Jose.
He started being stupid.
Like we knew it was going to end.
Jose got back to the hills, bro. I hate when people act like he didn't get back.
Here's the thing: is people misconstrue where it's like you can be backed but not back fully. Like people talk about the summer Manchester United.
He got backed fully.
Do I believe Ollie was backed? Do I believe Ollie was back fully? No. But was he back in the summer? Yes, the thing back to Mourinho is Mourinho wanted a centre back. Yes, he had just signed 2.
Maguire is who he wanted.
Yeah, even if he's just signed 2 and then he wants another one, then that's on the board to say, all right, clearly you're not doing well at your job. Because if you just signed 2 and you need another one, to me, something's like alarm bells ring. And then that's when you get
that's what I'm saying. But Woodward's smart. It's like, I'm going to give you the rope. It's like, I give you a 30 mil centre back year 1. Year 2, you say, I need another 30 mil centre back. I give you another 30 mil centre back. Year 3, you come back and say, I need another centre back, but this time it's Maguire and he's going to be like 70 plus mil. Then it's just like, we've seen them. He's
not that smart, though, is he?
We've seen them pull away from him. We've seen them just be like, all right, we're not signing nobody this summer. They got Fred, Dalot, and that was it, I think. Like we've seen them pull away and just, all right, here's the rope. You hang yourself with it, and then we're gonna get rid of you when it's time.
No,
Innit? Like we've seen that happen.
This is what I was gonna say in the giving the rope thing. Yeah, I'm all for that if it's something different. This is Manchester United. This is near and dear to my heart. Don't use this shit as a pull and that. Do right by the club, you idiot.
It's all politics, bro. Nah, it's politics, bro.
You just said he's smart, right? You just said he's smart. So
smart as they come. As smart as they come.
Come on.
Yo, Indiana. What you have to realize, and this is to everyone's watching, Tox does have a genuine point and he believes in what he's saying and he'll back it up. But what you have to realize as well,
I believe
and
that.
just explaining to people, Tox always loves the guy that everybody loves to hate because he loves playing the villain role himself. So if there's a guy that people love to hate, Tox will gravitate towards him. This is why we'll watch Marvel films and they'll be like, yo, Thanos had a point, you know.
He did have a point.
You know what I'm saying?
He did have a point.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying, like Woodward, his execution Thanos was terrible. But those that have seen it,
you and Prime would never have an argument. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so I'm just clearing that up for people who might not know Tox's personality. That's why it also adds into it. He always loves the guy. He's been like this from when we were young, innit? Loving the guy.
I think if he was smart, he would get somebody in who actually knows what they're doing in terms of football.
I agree with that.
I think in terms of commercially and business wise, very smart. Like not buying Sancho last year, knowing that the market was going to drop. Cool. That's smart. I get that. The way he went about it, the players finding out through Sancho himself rather than the board, and then we go and play Spurs and lose 6-1. That's a Woodward problem. That's not smart.
You ain't got a bash Woodward to me. Like I've already had it up to here with the guy, but the same way.
I'm not bashing. We can't bash Woodward, bro.
Yeah, we can.
We
definitely can.
We can't. But it is what it is. But the same way Oli is not given the best possible platform to succeed is the same way he needs to give the players the best possible platform to succeed. All I'm asking him for is to get the most out of his squad. Like Neeks asked a good question. He was like, do United have the second best squad in the league? And it's a good question. We're up there. When you look at Chelsea's squad, no, let me finish. When you have context matters. So if you look at it at the start of the season, you'd say City cool, Chelsea cool. That's it. So
Liverpool fully fit.
Liverpool don't have a better squad than us. First 11, yes. Squad, no. Who you taking off their bench? Tell me you taking Origi or Shaqiri.
I'm not taking either of them.
There we go. Our bench is very good. Our squad is. Our bench is.
Would I take Shaqiri on the right wing or Dan James? If I'm talking about wingers.
Who keeps playing Dan James? Dan James should even be starting.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who comes off the bench? Who comes off the bench?
You got agree. It depends on the team. So if you say you're playing Martial, Greenwood, Rashford, say I don't know, Martial comes off, Rashford plays wide right, or actually wait, Pogba doing up right winger now. That's an option in it under this manager. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see him on the right wing, man.
Hey, that's your guy though. That's what Oli does, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? To do a job on Robertson. But then every team since has gone to Anfield and won. But yeah, we went there and played defensive. And
we started it.
Yeah, he's terrible. We
started the downfall.
Decision making. You know what I'm saying? There's not a better chance. Liverpool have two centre backs, two central midfielders playing at centre back. Go for it. Why go for it? I seen Graham Potter's Brighton go there and win. I seen Burnley go there and win. City smashed them. City can do that to anybody. But the two before that, I seen Everton go there with a plan. They don't have our players. That goes back to it. Ancelotti is
I think they've got a better balance. I don't think you can't. Here's the thing, right? You can't just throw players together, like even if individually they're quality footballers, and expect them all.
But you've been here 2 years
to complement each other.
You don't all complement each other, but you get the best out of it. He's not. Maguire and Lindelof doesn't work. We all agree on that. So do something different. But yet he continues.
No, I think he would. I think he would play Bailly if he played fit.
No, not Bailly. Sorry, Maguire and no. Sorry, Maguire and Lindelof doesn't work. So the fact that Bailly is injury prone, what I'm saying is utilize your tools, work around it. Get me? Me and you, Indiana, both do this YouTubing thing. We don't have the perfect setups for this, but we're here every day.
Yeah.
A multi-million studio and got sound engineers and got producers and all that. I see you working all the time because you're working with what you have. You get me? To the best of your ability. He's not.
Yeah, it's like there's plenty of things you can do to try and mask something. Yeah, yes. try and mask the deficiencies in the squad, and he just doesn't. Like he just.
I think he does though. I think he does. When it comes to the midfield. No, hang on. When it comes to the midfield, I think he plays Fred and McTominay. Because of the issue with centre backs, I think that's the issue. If Bailly's fit, Bailly plays.
Okay.
We all know that, right?
My response to that is, even with the two centre backs playing Fred and McTominay in front most of the time, does not work. So try something different.
It must work. It must work a lot of the time because we're second in the league.
Context matters in the league, though. This league, in terms of quality, everyone has been poor this season. Liverpool fell off a cliff. Chelsea, who were another top 4 contender.
Liverpool always going to fall off regardless of injuries.
Okay, so Liverpool fell off. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea, in terms of contenders, top 4 contenders were terrible. Simply that's why they sacked their manager. As soon as they sacked their manager, they got a bounce and they click into gear. Who else was there? West Ham are 4th, and people are going to tell me this week.
Leicester.
Leicester were again top 4 contenders, so you would put Leicester in there. Who's all our top 4 rivals? Everyone you would have thought underachieving. Liverpool underachieved. Chelsea sacked the manager, they underachieved. Arsenal underachieved. Spurs underachieved. We had no choice but to be second. Context matters. If someone would have said at the start of the season, "Yeah, we'll be second," I would have been like, "That's fantastic."
So then we're not really underachieving, then, are we? I mean,
not underachieving. That's the wrong word.
I think we all agree we need players.
We should be closer to a team who don't have a striker.
All I'm saying is
They
when
don't have and they have John Stones.
No, I get that, but they've got quality. They've got quality all over the field.
True.
They have quality all over the field. Think back, okay? Think back. Are you? In fact, don't think back. Put our player. No, I was going to say think back over the players we've had in those positions over the years, and then compare them. Like if you talk about Andy Cole, Van Nistelrooy, you're not putting Martial next to them in that category, are you? That's not happening. You talk about midfielders, right?
I'm not putting most players next to those men. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just let someone build. I don't care whether it's Ollie. I don't care who it is, right? As long as we're still moving forward and we're buying the right players, right? Because I think our windows have been good. The last summer, Woodward, what have you. But I think we give Ollie another win. If we have a shit window, we know we're never going to be able to build. I need to see that. For me, that's a personal thing. I need to see us build something. Let's not have a team full of players built by 5 different managers with 5 different philosophies, 5 different theories, 5 different systems. Let's not have that. Let's build something.
My problem with that is like, we know Ollie's not good enough, and we know he's not the manager that's going to be here to take us to the next level. So what's the point in letting him build another team? Like, because that's something else for the next manager to then have to clean up.
As well is I like the idea you've got, Indiana. I'm with the idea. I'm with in terms of help letting somebody build. The problem I have is the execution. I don't believe in this man. If it's someone I believe in, I'm with you. I'm shutting up. I genuinely don't believe if we give this man a world-class 25, we're winning a league.
And he's done nothing at any point to tell us that it's going to click for him one day. Yes. So it's not like you've got some form of cachet of like a past record, or you know what I mean. It's like there's nothing to make us feel like it's going to click one day.
He has built though, hasn't he? He built.
He's done very well.
I know. It was only at Mulder. I know it was at Mulder, but he did build. He did
build. I'm not giving you anything for that.
But you won't. That's cool. And I'm not saying that's why I said it was only at Mulder. You can't.
No, they got better after him though.
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
After him, but I wouldn't take the manager they have now.
Then maybe the theory's right then. There may be the theory of letting build and then a top class manager come in and we start winning titles. Because you can't buy 5 players and say he's built something.
No, I
think it's not about that. It's about relationships between players.
No. You don't say the 5 because what we also have to add into consideration is into consideration is the players he's let go. I say the squad that Ollie will leave for the next man is incredible compared to what he inherited. I like
exactly.
Does it have deficiencies? Yes. The centre-back issue is a problem. The DM issue is a problem. The right wing. Why are you getting the most out of not having a DM? No, I seen Pep win the league without a left-back. I seen him win it with Otamendi at the back and players of that caliber. Yes, they have quality around it, but it's not perfect. I spoke on Liverpool. Nobody would take that midfield. I seen them win a Champions League and a Premier League with Ronaldo, Henderson, Ox, and all these men.
Yeah, but that's because football's about balance and relationships.
And about systems, but Ollie doesn't have a system. We don't have one.
No, he does have a system. You might not like his system. That's cool. But to say a manager and coaches like Mick Phelan do not have a system.
What is it then? Tell me, because I can't see it on the eye.
Well, you can't see us playing when we play counter-attacking football. You can't see us within 3-4 touches try and get the ball into the other box.
It's a system. It's just incredibly shit.
Yeah,
Like,
this
it
is
is
a
a system, it's
I
just
think
really
you
shit.
can't say it's not.
Okay, then
You might
apples
not
and
like
oranges.
the system, but there
Alright,
is
then.
a system.
Okay, there's a system. The system's terrible. Same difference. You know what I'm saying? And that, what I'm saying is, it's
Yeah.
not good enough. We're not going to win anything with it. It's not clear on the eye. I can see a Pep team and know why that's a Pep team straight away. You know what I'm saying? And that JV made a great point. He missed the start of the Arsenal goal. His son, who's like 4 or 5, came in and said Sterling scored, and JV looked at him and said De Bruyne cross. And he said, "Ra, how did you know?" Because he knows this. This is repeated. We have no repeated patterns of play. It's individual. I seen an interview with Ollie just yesterday. Someone put in the group chat. Even Ollie himself said we rely on individual brilliance, counter-attacking and individual brilliance. That's not a good system. That's not a good goal. Not in the slightest. And that's my issue with him. I think he's done his job. He needs to go.
I agree fully, 1000%.
He needs to go.
I don't think. I'll be honest. I don't think he has. I don't think he has done his job. I'm just trying to find something. Tuchel said something. Like, do you believe in what Tuchel says? Like, you trust him as a manager? He was talking about Ollie's system earlier in a report.
The thing is with Tuchel, do I believe he's got, like, say for instance, I didn't want him at United because he was linked with us, but I've seen him go into Chelsea, and within 2 days, he wasn't even in the country a full week. I was doing watch along shot with Lewis, and I could see the difference Tuchel's making already within 3 days. I don't even think Man City speak English like that.
Yeah, but these are all footballers fighting for their position. Okay,
but that goes back to the point: is none of these players.
Ollie done that. Ollie went unbeaten when he came
Ollie did do that. You got to give him.
Interim manager Ollie's cold.
It's just the new manager bounce.
It's a new manager bounce right now.
We need to get him back. I'm with that. Interim manager Ollie was different than that, playing different formations, Lingard in the false 9, all this type. I was Ollie in at that point. I was fully on the bandwagon. There's tweets of me, if you search my name, with me calling him Ollie gonna save you and calling him the mayor of London, slapping teams and all. Don't get it mistaken. I was with it. I get me. And then I tried to. That's why Tox is laughing. He remembers of that. We were gassed. You get what I'm saying? When Martial scored the goal against Cardiff in his first game, and Tox was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." We was all sold the dream, attacking football on the front.
Ollie gonna save you, yo. Oh, that feels like it was so long ago.
That's what I called him. I was like, "Yo, he's the mayor of London," because we won in North when Lingard knew what. We won in West when we slapped Chelsea back to back. You know what I'm saying? And we won at scored twice. I was with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it mistaken. I was on board. And then that's why it hurts me even more. I was sold the dream, man. I feel like I was lied to. And the girl was hella pretty, and then she took her makeup off, and shit just went south. After 6 months, I seen it without makeup for the first time, and that. I was like, "What is going on?" That's why I talk to, because he remembers. For those of you on Twitter, you like pulling up tweets. Type in "That's Be Flawless" in your search bar. Ollie gonna save you.
Ollie gonna save you.
I like it.
My
I do
God.
like it. I do like it.
We won 8 out of 8. That's what hurts me more.
Oh my God.
That's why Tux is bossing up. He remembers the times. So when people are like, "Oh, why are you Ollie out?" Because then I seen what happened after that. You know what I'm saying? But I think all jokes aside, yeah, I just don't think he's the man for the job. You know what I'm saying? That system is not good enough whatsoever.
Oh my God.
Do I believe Fred and McTominay and Matic and players like this are the best of the best? No, but you can put them in a system that masks their deficiencies and get more out of them. Get more out of your average players. Get more out of your good to great players.
So would you rate Ollie more if he went into this game and changed it up, played a diamond, like just for instance, changed it up, played a diamond, went and he was looking to break down Chelsea that way, to change it up tactically?
It depends if you look like this was worked on and there was a plan. I seen again Manchester City. I'm using them as an example when they went to Chelsea, and I think they was on rocky grounds at that point, and they went to Chelsea. Chelsea were doing well, if I remember correctly. I know people in the comments will let me know. And they played De Bruyne in the false 9, and it looked like they've been working on it all week, because Everton game had got called off. I think it looked like they've been working it. It looks like when we get on the pitch that they're just brethrens linking up, and they just like go out. Wait, let me just finish that, because our team looks based on what 11 are on the pitch. It doesn't matter what 11 play for Manchester City, they play the same way. It doesn't matter what 11 play for Liverpool, they play the same way. Doesn't matter what 11 play for even a West Ham. You know I'm saying, and I'm not a fan of Moyes. I'm not saying go get Moyes. I'm saying there's a clear.
No, we had that.
What we've worked on. Moyes is not good enough, but I'm saying there's a clear plan. Everton, prime example. They went to Anfield with a game plan. And you could see the game plan from the first minute to the 90th, even when he switched up the formation.
How did we do against Everton?
Against
Did all right to me?
Yeah, we did do well against Everton
all right,
because of the individual players. We had.
That was all individual brilliance.
Individual brilliance FC, and Ollie said it.
So
I'm gonna send you the tweet, and he said to him, "What's our style?" He said, "Counter-attacking, getting it wide, and individual brilliance." But when I say that, I'm the wrong one. Ollie said that himself.
When did he say that?
I'll send you the clip now, innit?
I missed it.
I'm playing it now and there.
That's wild that he's admitting that.
But there is individual brilliance. Like
every team has individual brilliance, Indiana. I'm with you. Every single team, but it's not every team.
They don't rely on it though. You get me? Like he said before, like if City score a goal, you know what the goal looks like before they score it, innit? Like
but then
we don't have a.
So that's individual brilliance from De Bruyne then, no?
No, because I've seen Gundogan do it. I've seen Gundogan play the same pass.
Come on, Gundogan's not playing those passes.
No. I'm talking about the one across the box, rolled across the box for Sterling.
To the far post.
I've seen Gundogan do it. I've seen Mahrez do it. I've seen De Bruyne do it. I've seen Bernat. We was on the watch.
It's a clear plan because they look for it all the time, innit? Like when they're crossing, that's where they're looking to cross to, innit? Like, it's a clear plan.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the quality of the cross. I'm just talking about the attempt of the cross.
I'm talking about the quality of the cross as well. Like even the pace they put on the cross when they fire it over, like it's fired in it. Like it's a clear plan in it. With us, we have a plan, but it's just that counter-attacking shit, bro. Like there's nothing outside of that.
And why do we have to counter-attack against everybody? Counter-attack against the stronger teams is cool. I'm with that. I've seen
it doesn't work because we're coming against teams that are gonna play the low block. So it's like your tactic is obsolete. It don't work against the majority of people.
Because
I think there are huge problems in personnel as well. I agree with you that Ollie is not a world-class manager.
No, we know that.
There's no debate there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not an idiot. Like I'm just saying as I see it. But also we know that Martial makes poor decisions. We already spoke about he doesn't move. Rashford makes poor decisions. We got pasta poor decisions in Fred. We've got Dilly Dally Wan-Bissaka. We've got Scott McTominay doesn't make all the right decisions on the ball. Like you have Pep Guardiola buys a certain type of footballer, right? High IQ, great on the ball. So you expect he's not gonna want any of these players.
All right,
Pep Guardiola ain't gonna want these players.
All right, I'm gonna flip this because you know what a system does? It eliminates you having to make certain decisions because you see everything you named about having low IQ.
No, I disagree. What do you mean making decisions? Footballers have to make decisions.
No. In terms of making decisions, you know it. How do I put this now? It makes your decision easier. As soon as De Bruyne gets that ball, he knows
that's the problem.
That's what training's for, though, innit? Like
that's the problem.
Let me respond to you. Everything you just said about how players having low IQ, a player having a low IQ, making poor decisions, poor finishing. You know who a lot of people accuse of that still, even though his goal scoring record is incredible? Raheem Sterling. Well, you know what Pep has done with Raheem Sterling, right? This is the movement you make. We've seen Raheem Sterling make the same movement year in, year out, year in, year out.
This is the point I was making to you earlier.
Go on.
When I was talking about Fred, I was saying you could get away with having a Fred. If you've got a balanced side and you've got elite players, you could get away with having a Fred.
Wanted Fred, by the way, but go on.
Come on.
He did. That's
we always hear this. Pep wanted Sanchez as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. City, have you ever noticed City want every player that we bought, or we want every player that City got? It's just
the
media.
They did want Fred, but it's like we wanted Morata in it. Like sometimes it works out for the best.
You said systems are meant to maximize strengths, hide weaknesses, and the result the game is simplified. Great systems don't put their players in space, and that's what I'm saying is I agree with you. Is our personnel perfect?
No, wait. No. That's absolute bullshit. If you're a footballer, you should know what you're doing with the ball before it gets to your feet. This is why I question certain footballers. No,
that's because of the system, though.
No, it's got nothing to do with the system. Players like Fred have all of the ability. He has the ability.
You don't have all the ability.
To get the ball and know where it's going straight away.
No. But when you say he can
make a pass. So when it comes to making a pass, right? Pretty simple football. Give the ball to somebody in a better position than you. Fucking simple.
I get you.
But he doesn't do it. You can see him. Sometimes he has to take an extra touch, 3 or 4 touches before he picks that pass because he doesn't know what he's going to do with the ball. He doesn't know. He has no
but
idea.
if it's worked on, and I get with that, and that's why
no, because sometimes he does do it.
Accountability.
Sometimes he does do it.
So you mean he has the ability to there? But that's my whole point. Is when it's worked on in training, it becomes drilled. You're a robot with it, and that because there is a lack.
I think I disagree.
No. Because there's a lack of a system. This is why players just go out there and just be doing what they want.
That's why we say freestyle football, bro.
Like when Saeed said, "Ollie gonna freestyle," shout out to him when he said that at the time.
So how does Bruno know then? How does Bruno know whether he's gonna flick it first time?
The thing is with Bruno,
is he the only one training?
Okay, so that's what I say. Bruno, in terms of his output, incredible in terms of goals and assists. His overall game suffers because of us.
Yeah, it's bad.
He gives away the ball a hell of a lot of the times.
Yeah, he takes risks.
No. But sometimes there's risk. There's calculated risks.
You want the player to take risks there.
Calculated risks, yeah. I'm with you. Silly risks, no. Calculated.
I think the same thing you're saying about Fred applies to Bruno for a lot of the time. Like Fred and Bruno misplace the same amount of passes to me. Like they both their overall gameplay tends to be terrible.
Isn't it? It's different.
Calculated risks is what I'm saying. I'm with you on this.
I've seen Fred against Leipzig in our own box, had all the time in the world, could have passed the ball anywhere, kicked it straight to the opposition. Wasn't even under pressure. Wasn't even under pressure.
Then. So if that's the case, and we're saying Fred is not the good, and this all roads lead back to the dugout. Stop playing the guy then.
If you can't because here's the because you know what Fred does as well.
No. You can't have it both ways. You can't. He's playing well and then praise the manager.
I agree with you. We can't have it both ways because the players are not good enough. I agree. I'm with you.
You're saying so.
Not all of them. I've never said all of them.
So you're saying Fred.
I'm saying Fred and McTominay.
Okay, but the manager.
Fred and McTominay are not tight. Yeah, but you've got to see the flip side of it.
There's no flip side. Drop them. If a player is not good enough.
Okay, so you
I wouldn't drop them because I believe you can get them in a system and utilize them and get United playing better.
No.
So,
See,
of course you can.
The job that they do does what Tok said earlier. Sorry, not Tok. The comment you put up hides our weaknesses.
Bear in mind, hides our weaknesses.
Hides our weaknesses in terms of winning the ball back. Everyone wants one DM. Everyone wants one DM. I see DM. Somebody wants that.
These men are not DMs. Neither of these men are DMs.
Exactly. But they're the only two. They're the only two that actually cover each other in terms of defending.
Why are we playing
comes in that position?
Not only is it wrong to play two DMs, we're playing two man in DMs who are not DMs. Neither of these men are DMs. That falls on the manager.
But we don't have one.
So don't play one then. Work around it.
Just leave a big open space.
No. You work around it.
He could have bought one, but he chose to buy a Van de Beek instead.
You'd play a back three. That's how you work around it. That's an easy way. How come I know that and I don't have a UEFA?
And who plays in midfield?
And you can play whoever it is because they don't have to be a 6. They can play as an 8. You can have 2 8s and get up and down. You don't need a 6.
I don't know whether we've got 2 8s.
Of course we do. Fred and McTominay are 8s. The two guys we're talking about.
It's not
a what do you want thing. No. It's not a what you, because I don't want them together. My point is, I've just told you we don't have any. You just told me we have no 6s. Don't play one. You said, how do you figure that out? I said, play a back 3 and play 2 8s. Fred and McTominay are both 8s. That's an easy transition. How come I can spot that?
Who you take? Who you take?
I wouldn't play them together. But that's just me. I wouldn't play them together.
I think we have to play them together. That is the problem. We have to play them together. He's tried playing other players in there.
No. He tried to play them there with a back 4. What I'm saying is, you said, how would I do it without?
We have played a back 3 before then.
Yeah, and it's worked at times. It has worked at times.
I personally like Luke Shaw in the back 3. I think
I agree with you. So what
I think Bayer would be great in the back 3. But
so your issue is with Fred and McTominay not being 6s and not being good enough. We just worked around it. So if we can figure that out in the show, how can the manager?
No, we haven't worked around it though, have we? Because you said a back 3.
We worked. Yeah, no. So change it.
I didn't want to see Lindelof in a back 3.
I don't want to see Lindelof in the back 3, but you have other defenders. I
prefer him in a back 3, to be fair.
Back 3 though. I agree with that.
I didn't want to see him in a back 3 next to Harry Maguire.
I don't want to see him. What I'm saying is, that makes him that again. Someone said about masking deficiencies. If them in a back 2, I think them in a back 3 is better than them in a back 2. But you work around it. All individual players ain't good enough. I agree with you. Fred and McTominay to me are both players. I agree with you 1,000%. But then you take 2 players who are squad players and play them out of position. He's playing 2 squad players out.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. They're out of position. That's why we need a DM.
If you
Again,
don't,
I don't see this guy being a world-class manager. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is I do think he's getting the best out of the players. That I do believe that. I think our midfield balance is the best that we've got. Matic is not good enough. He hasn't got the legs. I think if he could get Donny van de Beek in there, he would. He's not an idiot. The coaching, it's not just Ollie. There's coaches there. There's coaches that have worked under Alex Ferguson and won titles.
yeah,
Like they know what they're doing. Mick Phelan's the one on the sideline doing most of the shouting. He's the one on the
And that's
sideline
the
doing
problem.
move the ball quicker. Move the ball
That's
quicker.
a problem.
That's not a problem at all. That happens a lot. That's not an issue at
You know
all.
what? But they're moving the ball quicker. That should be worked on in training. Why are we having this issue? The same issue that we're having now. This is the 26th
Well,
of
how do you
February.
know that makes no sense? How do you know
Well,
that's not worked on at training?
Because it's not shown on the pitch. So what are they doing in training? It's not being
But
shown.
if the
Cardio and vibes.
if the players aren't doing it on the pitch as a player decision, that's got nothing to do with whether they work on it in training.
Okay, so it's a
It's a professional football club. Every professional football club from like
So it's a player
conference up
decision.
work on moving the
So
ball.
the managers and the coaches have no influence on what the players do on the pitch. Is that what you're telling me?
When it comes to game time, not really.
No.
No.
Of course, they have a massive impact. Otherwise, they just pitch up without a manager and coaches. They have a
But
massive.
no. That's why our second halves have been better, because we actually Ollie and the coaching staff have seen the first half, and they've gone, this needs to happen, that needs to happen, and we come back and win games.
Oh no, we
Nah,
could.
I'm not giving that to Ollie.
Ollie,
No.
Ollie and the coaching staff. No, you don't have to because you're
think we got
fixated on it being Ollie being the problem. I'm
Ollie, here's
saying
the problem.
Ollie.
You said it's not good enough.
I think the whole
I'm
backroom
saying-
stuff is the problem, bro. Like, it's not just Ollie. I want all of them gone, bro.
I want more.
Yeah, cool.
I genuinely want all of them
cool.
gone in it.
We're very different because you think Woodward's the guy. And
don't put that one in
the
me.
coaching staff are the
Don't put that on
problem.
me.
I'm saying that Woodward's the problem, and actually we're doing really well from building up from the bottom because the Glazers don't care. Ambition must come from the top.
I'm
You know,
with
there's
you.
a-
Know what?
There's
I'm
a
with you
rule.
on that.
There's a rule.
me
You
just-
finish top four,
Let's
you
leave
keep
comment.
your job.
League says, so what are you going to give Ollie? His improvement of the squad. I've praised him for that many a times, and I will continue to praise him with that. What he's done with this play, I actually like this team. This is why I'm so critical of him, because the two managers previous to you had worse teams and still managed to win trophies. Both the managers needed to be sacked when they was. Both wanted them. I wanted them both out. So I'm like, Ollie, just get the
And
most
Woodward
out.
did what he's supposed to do.
There's hella excuses. This guy with his Woodward.
He didn't, man.
Always-
Woodward's cost us 6-1 at Spurs,
Oh yeah.
man. I'm not having that.
Forget Woodward. My
We
point
can't
is,
blame Woodward for Spurs. Come
Yes,
on,
you
man.
can, man.
I'm
That's
just saying, get
terrible.
the most out of what you have. Like you said, we don't have a competent six. I'm with you.
Hmm.
So don't play a six.
Or striker.
Play a back 3 or 2-8.
Only
You don't have a
Cavani.
striker. Play a false 9. Work it out. You don't have no wingers. Play a system that doesn't have wingers. Work around it is what I'm saying.
I don't think the balance is there. I just don't think the players complement
I
each other.
I agree
That's my
with you.
issue.
Why could he do this when he got the job though? Like when he was in the interim period, why did he have no problem playing these different systems? Yeah, why did he
What
have
do you
no
mean?
problems playing these different systems? Like
And he had a
he
worse
played like
team.
four. He had a worse team. He played like four
He had a worse
different
team.
systems. He was
Because
playing all sorts of setups. Why could he do that then? But he's incapable of doing it now
I went to Spurs
with a
the
worse
wide-
team.
with the wide thing, the guys in the wide forward, and I think it was Lingard in the false 9 and that, and Pogba played the ball into, and you could see Pogba pick up the ball and hit Martial and Rashford. I can see that's a clear game plan.
I've seen
And
him play two different diamonds, yeah, and both the diamonds were totally different. Two different games with different diamonds, and both the diamonds were totally different. It's like, where is all that ingenuity gone? What happened?
Because I think here's the issue, right? Here's the thing. So
Go ahead.
we know that he can play different systems, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So there is a system. Cool. So we settled on one. Just so we're
There's
clear
not a
on that.
system, no.
Well, no, there is. There isn't. There?
formation. Sorry, let me keep the words. He's saying different formation. Sorry, formation. Let me
right?
clear that. Yeah, his system's trash, by the way. And let's just get
Okay,
out.
you don't like it. It's the
It's
best.
trash.
It's the best counter-attacking football in Europe. Let's be honest, it is. Everybody says that.
Our counter
Everybody
attack
can
is
see
cold
that.
because we
Yeah.
have big players. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to settling on something, you want him to work on something. He's settled. He's working on it. The players know their positions when they come on the pitch, but yet he still has no system.
But you can't settle on counter attack. The system's stupid. You can't settle on counter attacking football when you can't counter.
I don't think he wants to.
If teams are rocking up, to put all men behind the ball, why settle with a counter-attacking system? It's stupid.
But we are changing,
and you still persist.
It is changing.
It's changing, but we still not getting.
It's changing. No. I can tell you how it's changing, and I can tell you, I can prove to you why players that he wants will change it slowly. Because, like you said yourself, Tox, Cavani comes in, the movement's better. We start putting balls in the box. So we get a high IQ midfielder. All of a sudden, we start moving the ball quicker and stringing passes together.
You got a high IQ midfielder and you don't play him.
No, hang on. We get a right winger, natural right winger. All of a sudden, Wan-Bissaka's not at risk of, we're hiding those deficiencies and we're getting down the right wing. We're creating chances. We buy a natural striker, a potent striker. You buy a Harry Kane. All of a sudden, those chances that are coming in the box, a lot more are going in the back of the net.
You don't create no chances. That's
we do. No, we do have chances because Cavani has missed a lot in the box. Cavani has missed a lot in the box. He has. I've seen it.
Check the big missed chance. He's not missed a lot, man. I'm telling you, we don't create chances.
He has missed a lot.
How is he missed a lot when we're averaging 4 touches? How he's averaging 4 touches in the box? That's
because the thing is with Cavani, most of the touches he gets in the box are shooting, flicking it on.
What from the edge
with Martial?
With a man around him.
With Martial, the 4 touches in the box, most of them were back to goal, laying it off.
Trying to hold up the
difference. Trying to hold up the ball. Yeah, trying to move the ball off. Yeah, but that's the difference because that's the positions they pick up. Martial was looking for the cutback. Always looking for the cutback. He holds back, waits for a cutback.
That should be worked on in training.
No, it cannot. You cannot coach instincts for a striker.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not talking about coaching instincts. I'm talking about coaching movement. You can coach everything else. We've seen Pep do this with.
No,
Sterling.
He knows what to do. He knows.
No, clearly not, because he's struggling this season. So clearly not.
Strikers are instinct.
You don't think it's a striker, instinct?
What's that? What do you mean?
You don't
I'm
think
talking about Martial now.
You don't think Martial's a striker though?
No.
So he's not going to have that instinct.
Exactly.
That's
what I'm saying.
No. You saying he doesn't have a striker instinct, but Martial's not a striker. So he's not going to have that instinct. You're telling me he's not a striker. So that goes back to Ollie. Why are you playing again square pegs, round holes? Why are you playing someone? Why are you not getting onto the manager for playing someone out of position?
Because we don't have anybody else up front.
We have Cavani. We have Greenwood.
He's not fit. He's not been fit every game, and when he has been fit, he's played.
Okay, you got Martial, and you also have Greenwood as well, who you said is not you, but Ollie said this himself is the best natural finisher I've seen, and this is why we moved him on.
Agreed. And the thing, do you know my thing with Greenwood? I'm the same with every young kid.
I think Martial is a striker. Sorry, Kishanu, you just asked me in it.
I do not want to see a young kid being forced to lead the line at Manchester United, and I'm the same with Diallo. I don't want to see him being forced to play. I want him to have a long career. I don't want it to get to the stage where all those fucking idiots on social media are slinging insults at him because he's not performing or he's had a bad game. That shouldn't be happening.
My point is though, the whole
Manchester United flawless. We shouldn't be asking an 18, 19-year-old to lead the line.
Agree.
That's my thing. That's because Woodward isn't buying the players.
I'm with you. My point is, if Martial's injured and Cavani's injured, do we start with 10 men or do we play a striker? He figures something out.
That's why he plays Rashford up there.
So he played it. Even if you do that, my point is why
Rashford's not a 9 either.
Yeah, I don't think Rashford's a 9. I think he's a
personnel problem.
No, it's not. I think he's a 9 and a 2. This is a system problem and a formation problem. You know what I mean? That's my whole point. Is you're telling me we don't have a number 9 currently because you don't want to see. You don't think Martial's a striker. Cavani's injured. You don't want to see Greenwood lead the line. So figure something else out.
Not yet. No, not yet. Not yet.
I'm with you on that. I don't want to see him lead the line like that. But then you work around it with the players you have. This is what I'm talking about in terms of the resources. Get me? Utilize your resources to the fullest. You've also said we don't have a 6 that's good enough. I agree with you. We don't have a 6 that's good enough.
A centre-back partnership that's good enough.
We don't have a centre-back partnership that's good enough. So you work around that. Work around it. I do believe.
How do you work around that?
You know how you work around that? I'll explain that one. With the centre-back pairing, you play a back 3 if needs be. You play a back 3.
Yeah, but I don't see that being good enough either.
I think so.
I don't think
nothing's worse than Lindelof.
I don't think the players
are
good enough
as a back 3. You know what I'm saying? As a 6, I've already explained that you could easily play a back 3 and play 2 8s or 1 8, depending on who you're playing against. And as the striker thing, you could easily play.
We might see that against Chelsea. We might see that against Chelsea.
You'll play the back 3 against Chelsea, yeah. But that's just because they play a back three. I think that's the only reason we see it.
No, I think that'll be because we've got no Pogba, we've got no McTominay, and we've got no Cavani. That's why he'll do it.
I think he would have done it regardless. You know what I'm saying? He'd do something defensive anyway, and that's another thing
you can't say that though. You can't say, "Oh, I think he would have done that," just so you can't give him credit.
No, I agree that
you got to give him credit, because right now, if he changes up the system, right? Trust me, if I see a 4-2-3-1 and I see Matic and Rashford over on the right wing, I'm not going to be happy. I'll be the first one to criticize. But if he changes it up to do what you've been saying, to hide our deficiencies or to get the best out of the squad, then you have to credit him.
Depending on the personnel that are going in. Who's he playing in the person? What personnel?
But it's not a personnel problem, it's a system problem, man.
No, what personnel are going into that team for that 3-5-2 is what I'm asking. Who's going in? That's my whole point. You get me? Is getting the most out.
But that's just what I'm saying. The squad is not good enough.
All right, who's going to play up top now? Who's playing where in it? Who's playing wing back?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
if I see Maguire, Lindelof, and Shaw, I'll be like, and Bailly's on the bench. Even though I like the back three, I'm not happy with that. Play Bailly.
I think Bailly will have to play because of Werner's
pace. You have much faith in him. I don't see.
I think he's got to. I think he's got to play. I think that's why he didn't play in the week.
And that goes back to my point about him. All of this is him being so defensive, and defensively, where the worst is the worst part of our team, and it's where we spent the most money. But that's a conversation people don't want to have.
It's about balance.
He signed 3 of the back 4. He signed 3 of the back
4 of them.
So he needs a whole new back line.
And also
he needs a whole new back line. Come on.
I'm not saying a whole new back line.
That's what I'm saying.
No. The key area is the keeper, the 2 centre backs. So you have to have a strong centre back partnership.
I agree with that.
Like nobody really rates Matip at Liverpool, right?
Yeah, he's not the best.
Works though with Van Dijk, no?
But if you give him Van Dijk, okay, they do complement. But if you give him that Liverpool side, they don't have the success they have under Klopp. They don't win a Champions League.
But nobody's saying that.
That's my whole thing.
But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, Flawless. Here's the other thing: is Klopp won't have any more success at Liverpool either.
Say that again. Is Klopp having?
Klopp won't have any more. He's not going to win another title with Liverpool.
I know that's a big statement.
No, it's not happening.
Ooh, that's a big statement.
It's not happening because this system has been found out, and Klopp will not adapt. He won't adapt. He'll die on his sword. He'll die on his sword.
I think he'll do what Pep did this season and change it slightly.
No,
and go again.
I don't think he can.
You don't think he can?
For one, I don't think he'll have the resources. I don't think they'll buy players. Listen, when you're champions, you go out and you buy big. That's what happens.
You're on mute, fam. Yeah, you're on mute. But yeah, we're gonna have to close out the show.
I agree with that because we've seen Klopp, like he's one of the managers that don't really impact games with his substitutions and whatnot. He's not really someone that can change things. Like his plan A is phenomenal. Plan B, C doesn't exist. You get me? So he will die on his sword, innit? Like he will die on his sword.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it was found out last season, in my opinion.
I hope you lot are right about that still. Do I see?
They're not making top 4. They're not making top 4 this season.
We've seen it in the games he played against United. Like there's been times where we've gone into that Liverpool game wounded, and we've seen Klopp refuse to move. Like he's not the guy in it. Like his plan A is great in it, but his plan B is non-existent.
I'm not gonna sit here and back Liverpool, so I hope you lot are right in it. You know what I'm saying? I hope you lot are right.
No, I can't see him
winning minerals next season, but we'll soon find out. But even that being said, still he's still done it previously. That's my own way. You agree with that in terms of this manager? That's why I want him out, because I think a better manager gets better results.
But I think my issue is Flawless. I think another manager coming in is a backward step right now. That's where I am with it. Okay, you do. I don't think any manager can do any worse than what he's done in terms of our performance. Yeah, but I just don't want to start again.
I do, because
I don't want to start again. Well, it is working. You've admitted yourself the signings have been good. We've already said Cavani coming in will create more chances. Like we're buying the right players.
To me, he's done his job. Like
I don't think we're not starting again because he's rebuilt the team, innit? Like you've done your job.
It's not rebuilt. It's not finished.
He has. He's done it. Instead of bringing in a new, he's gonna get sacked at some point.
We don't even have a right winger.
But the thing is, you've already said that we've got.
He won't be sacked.
You've already said we've got 4 different teams. We've got 4 or 5 different teams. If we got 4 or 5 different teams already, why then add in Ollie's and then bring in someone else? We might as well cut our losses now and bring in the manager we need to bring in.
No, because you see it through. You see it as flawed. You see it through. A rebuild is a rebuild.
That doesn't happen in the Premier League, bro.
How long
it didn't happen under Klopp, no?
How long? No, how long did we give
Pretty
him?
sure it happened under Klopp.
Yeah, but Klopp had a CV in it. If Ollie had Ollie's CV, I'd show up.
But at some stage, he didn't have a CV.
No. But we're talking about Liverpool.
Yonks ago, bro.
Yeah, we're talking there before Dortmund and that. It's expectation level is building gradually. That's what it is. It's a building.
You're not gonna build your CV at United, innit? Like it's not gonna happen.
It's not that, innit? Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
I'm with. Listen, I'm with you on the whole Ollie's not the manager to win titles thing because I'm not convinced by that.
So why are we wasting time?
Because unless you're like really credible fortune tellers, you don't know either whether he can build this side to be better. You don't know that for a fact. You say it a lot. You say it all the time. He's done his job.
Yeah,
but you don't know that.
Yeah, but we could say that about any opinion.
That's my issue.
But we can say that about any opinion.
There's no facts there. There's no facts for me to suggest that a manager comes in and does a better job. No facts.
If you like Ollie, that's why. That's why that's not a fact.
I like
no. You like Ollie. You don't blame him for anything.
Yeah, but you hate Ollie, which is why you can't see it. So what I'm saying
what are we winning? You said yourself.
No, it's not. Because it's not about winning for me right now. I'm different to you. It's not about winning for me right now. It's about building something so we can have longevity of winning things, so we can get back to the top. That's where I want to be.
So even in your
navigating these.
So even in your storyline, then with him, he builds, and then we let him go anyway. Is that what you say? So we're gonna have to start again.
You build like Danny says, right? Devin
answer that. No. So in your storyline, we both get rid of him. I want him gone now. In yours, you want him gone in a year, 2 years, whenever he's finished. Once we get to that point, a new manager's going to come in and may rebuild anyway. There's no guarantee. There's no fact to what you're saying. You're saying about this build.
Here's the thing, right? If you've got quality in the side.
Say a new manager comes in, and even though there's quality in the side, he might want to change it. So we have to press the restart button anyway. There's no fact to what you're saying there.
But I want us to get to the stage. I want us to get to the stage where we only need to buy 1 or 2 players.
Well, that's to you though. The manager might come in and say, "I want 4 or 5" after Ollie's done.
That's cool. That's cool. But the level of players that we
the level's not good enough. No, say the level's not good enough for
the level is not good enough right now. You know that. McTominay's good enough, is he? McTominay's good enough to win titles. Fred's good enough to win titles. Martial's a good enough striker to win titles.
I agree.
Lindelof and Maguire good enough partnership to win titles. We know this. We know this.
Respond to it. So say we then go and get higher level players. And me and you can think, right, these players are good enough to win titles. A new manager comes in after Ollie and doesn't think the new players are good enough to win titles.
He'll only have to make 1 or 2 changes because the quality of player will be better.
My point is
the quality of player is what I'm asking for.
Say the new manager doesn't think the quality of players is not good enough. Say after Ollie's rebuild, the new manager comes in and doesn't think that the quality of players is not good enough. We still have to make 4 or 5 changes.
No, there will be changes. Any manager that comes into any team will be changes. What I'm saying to you is, no, it's not the whole point at all. I'm saying if you went and bought a Jadon Sancho, right? You bought a Jadon Sancho, and then a new manager comes in, right? We've built the squad under Roddy with Jadon Sancho, and the new manager comes in. Doesn't like Jadon Sancho, doesn't do what he wants to do. Two things out of this. One, you've already got an elite player he could get by on because, like you say, a top manager could, hide his deficiencies. 2, you have an asset there. You have an asset. Like, let's be honest, Sancho's a bigger asset than Dan James. Are we agreed on that?
Dan James, Sancho, of course.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Let's buy the quality of player that is first team material for a top 6 club.
But that's different.
Let's do that first.
And then that's different for everyone. There's no borderline for that. You hear me? There's no play. There's no 25 squad. We can all disagree on that right now. There's no 25 squad that's good enough.
I don't think we need to buy squad players. I think our squad players are in the first 11. We need to buy first 11 players.
No certified level. There's very few players in the Premier League who you look at and go like, all right, he's a first teamer in every top 6 team. No manager wants to get rid of him. Henderson's not that. Wijnaldum's not that.
No, but the balance. The Henderson thing. This is what I'm saying to you about Fred. You can get away with Fred if you buy the right players, the right balance, the right chemistry. That's what football's about. Football's about balance. You can't just throw players together over 5 managers.
It depends on what
ideas. It doesn't work.
No, it
Which
depends.
is why.
But your whole point is, he needs to see this through. What I'm saying is, once he's built it, say the new manager comes in and says, "I don't want these players," it's still a rebuild again. So we're gonna have to rebuild. So what's the difference? Is what I'm saying.
It's not. It's not a complete rebuild, though, is it?
No, I never said
not.
I said it's a rebuild.
Yeah, but it's always going to be. It's always going to be a rebuild with a new manager.
If a new
manager, yeah, but it's a different build. It's a different build.
I'm lost. How is it a different build?
Okay, so if a manager comes into Man City, does he need 6 or 7 first team players?
I don't think we need 6 or 7 first team players.
Yeah, but I do, and that's my issue.
That's you. That's you individually.
Yeah, because I'm not. I see a difference. I'm not happy with the centre back partnership.
No one's happy.
I'm not happy with Dan James. I'm not happy with Martial up front.
Rashford
needs competition. Wan-Bissaka needs competition. I want a level of player that is good enough to win titles. That's where I am.
I'm saying new managers might after the what I'm saying
be 1 or 2 changes because the level of player will be better.
1 or 2. There's no guarantee that it's 1 or 2.
No, there's no guarantee, but it won't be 6 or 7, will it?
How do you?
It won't be 6 or 7.
7 now. It's not 6 or 7 now to me. It's 3.
But it was, but okay. We need at least 2 midfielders, in my opinion. We need a right winger, we need a striker, and we need a centre back. Right, so that's 5. Okay.
To you,
that is my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. And you might be cool with all the players that are in those positions, but I see it differently. So what I'm saying is you have those, and you have elite players in those positions. You might only need to change 1 or 2 things. You can also, with a higher standard of player, you can also get more out of them to do different things. Like you can get them to play different systems. We won't be forced to do the things we're doing, and that's my thing. It's been proven. It's already been proven because we've got Cavani. We put balls in the box. We changed the way.
No. Oli refuses to change. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we won't win a trophy under him.
No, I think the issue is he changes too much.
He won't. Whatever. It's not good enough in it. Apples and oranges. He's not
right now. He's not good enough.
And
I agree. When you think of Manchester United, right? You think of Manchester United. I agree. The manager's not good enough. The players are not good enough. I agree. The board is not good enough. And the owners are not good enough. I agree with all of that.
Out of those 4, though, okay, we're going to say out of the 4, what's the best?
What do you mean?
Out of the 4 of them, what's the least worst? Out of the managers, the player, the board, the owners, what's the least worst? It's the players easy. The players
depends how you look at it.
It's definitely the players, fam. Ollie's not getting a job nowhere.
Look at it because if you're looking at it over long term, long term for a long term project, I would say Ollie's the best asset we've got for that right now. He is the best.
If he was,
we've already said, we've all agreed. We haven't got a director of football. And Toxa said himself, he'd like Ollie should be the director of football. So he is identifying talent, and I want to get back to the top. That's where I want to be.
I don't know, because you want a manager in who's not good enough, and you believe's not good enough.
No, I never said that. Like you said the same thing as what I did.
No,
you said that. I show you that if we get those players, he's going to do anything with the minutes. So, like, I just don't see what the point is. Your sole reason for keeping Ollie is because you feel like he's going to create a good squad. But when he does, let's say he does get that good squad, what is he going to do with him?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. The same as Flawless has said. Me and Flawless had this conversation many times. When as Danny says, the ship is steadied, right? So when we're actually at a level to move forwards, because I don't think these players are there. Yes, we could get a manager in now. And we could win a cup or something. Cool. That's not good enough for me. It's longevity for me, consistency. I'm thinking as Manchester United. That's where I am. I don't want to be an Arsenal, because that's pretty much what Arsenal do. They win a cup every now and again. They've got a few good players. Cool. Finishing outside the top 4. So that they might make top 4 next season, Arsenal, could happen. That's not the standard I want. I want the standard of competing with Man City, being better than them. I want us to be at a level. We can't do that right now.
No. With the board, we can't do that at all. So
I think we can. I think we can. This is what I'm saying to you. Because what I'm saying to you is the board are never going to change. And the owner's never going to change. Agreed? That's never going to happen.
And I don't think
what's the only other way you can do this?
Yeah, sick
manager.
Yeah, sick manager.
That's bollocks. I'm sorry, that's bollocks. You can only get so much out of certain players. But what you can do, who
gets more out of them, and he's not doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a manager will get more out of them, but that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is for the long term, look at the players we are buying through in the youth system. It's about us building something for longevity. We are like, our youth players are incredible.
Yeah, we always have been
buying. No, we haven't been buying like we have been for the last 2 or 3 seasons. That's the issue. We didn't have enough talent coming through. Now we do. We've got incredible talent. Incredible. All these coaches with Ollie, they've all worked in the youth academy. They've all been through youth. So
I'd
love to. My thing is, let's bring youth players through. Let's try and bring them through. Let's try and develop them to the next stage, whilst every year knowing we're only going to get one of our targets, no matter who the manager is. Let's do that.
So you know what you do? You roll
longevity.
Getting a manager who you're like, you can get the best out of what you can, and if City fall off,
that's what they've done. They've got a manager to do that. That's what they've done. Because the thing is, like Tok said, Woodward's a smart guy. He said he's a smart guy.
Now you pro Woodward.
So, no. Listen. So if I'm Woodward and I'm thinking every year I'm spending millions of pounds and we're sacking a manager and spending more millions because they want a different system, different things. Actually, what if I could get to the club, to the stage where I bring in the best youth talent? We find coaches that are the right coaches to develop them for first team football. And then in years to come, we're going to be at a stage in 4 or 5 years where I only have to buy 1 or 2 players in a season. And commercially, we're much more better off. Being that I own shares in this club, so I make money from it as well. That's where I am with it. There's a bigger picture here than what's going on the pitch. This isn't FIFA. You can't just look at what's going on the pitch and think, I need a better manager. There's no question at all. A better manager gets more out of these players. But like you said, but that's not good enough for Manchester United. That's not good enough.
Okay, let me respond to that. It's not good enough.
I'm not the sort of guy who settles. I don't settle for.
No, I'm not settling. I'm just saying, no. I'm not settling for okay because I want the best possible in the worst possible situation. There's no better option. That's the best option we have is to get a manager in who gets the most out of the squad. That's it. There's no better option.
In your opinion, yeah, but
bro, you're settling for Ollie, bro. You don't seem to see this. I'm actually listening to you. You're actually settling for Ollie, bro. You are.
No. I'm seeing another way forward. I'm seeing another way forward. Listen, we've had the blueprint LVG. We've had Mourinho go out and do that. None of these things worked out because like Flawless said, the board didn't back them. So now we're trying a new.
I just think they weren't good enough. Forget the board not backing them. I think those two, like Ollie, were not good enough.
It can't be every manager's not good enough, Flawless. Come on, man. It can't be that every manager's not good enough.
Yeah, but why is it not that? Why can't a manager not be good enough?
Why can't we have a different plan? Why can't we have a different plan?
I want to go with what has worked in the past. If you get a good manager in,
then that's what we're doing right now because it worked pretty well for Fergie, didn't it?
I don't compare Fergie. On that note, we'll lead you.
No, that's what you said. You want something that's worked in the past. That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what we're doing.
Okay, no. Fergie had a CV. Ollie has a CV.
I'm with you.
He doesn't have a CV. Fergie had a CV. That's why people back then, I wasn't born then. I work off CVs and what you've done in the past. So I will give you a blind.
But you don't do anything until you've done it.
Say that again.
And you can't do anything until you've done it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and you're not showing me anything as Manchester United manager. You're showing me nothing to get me excited about.
I just see progress as progress, and at Manchester United, if Ollie takes a backward step, we finish outside the top 4. I expect him to be gone.
I
do.
Yesterday is what it is.
If we're still in the top 4 and we're still buying in players that, like you've said, have been great signings under him, and we're still buying top youth talent and we're still developing them and bringing them through, for me, that's still progress.
It's not good enough progress.
No, it's not good enough. But we should never have been in this situation in the first place, and that's not Ollie's fault.
I don't blame him for that. But that I'm saying is the job you're currently doing.
Then let's just move. Let's move forward and let's see where we are. Like if we have a shit window, I'd like Ollie to walk and be like, you need to change.
I said to him, I said that to you about him in this last window when people say he's not being back, this, that, and the third and that. It's for him, like because he's just not the guy. None of us here believe he is going to win us a league title. I'm saying, right, you've improved the squad. Now it's time to move on in it and move forward and try and get to the top. Is it going to be a struggle? Yes, but I'm not settling for Ollie. I'm looking at the best possible option we have. The best.
Why do you want Ollie gone if we have a shit window like that? That's not Ollie's fault, surely.
Because
Woodward.
What we have Yeah, no, exactly.
Even
no,
I
you-
blame
No,
Woodward for that.
that's no. I'd like Ollie to go because obviously there is no plan at Manchester United, and if this is the last thing we haven't tried, right? We tried serial winners.
No,
we
no,
tried
no, no,
blueprints.
no. We've only tried it twice. No. This is where people
Yeah,
get
we
it
have
mistaken.
tried it twice. We
We
tried it
tried
twice
serial-
with great
so you go
managers
again?
who both came back and said exactly the same thing
You
about the
go
club.
again.
So
You go again. You don't just stop because 2 managers didn't work. You go
they
again.
have to, Flawless, because they can't just keep throwing money at the problem. That's not the way. That's not. No, they can't do it.
You throw money at the problem until you get the right man in. Even if it's
That's
Poch,
not how it works, man.
even if Poch comes in and Poch fails, I'd be like, all right, go get the next one. Go get the next. This is how this
Poch
works.
would fail. Poch
All
would
right,
fail
so Poch
massively.
fails, then let's go in it. You know what I'm saying? And that, then he's got to go. Then another manager.
Listen, I take a Nagelsmann right now. If
Yeah,
you
I take you up now. I take you over Ollie right now.
This is what I'm saying. You seem to think this is why I've been telling you for ages. Like a manager in, I don't care who the manager is. If
And
there's
that's-
still progress,
that is-
let's just back that, build
can't back
something,
someone I don't believe
and
in.
then get elite.
I can't back someone I don't believe in. How you
But
back?
that might be a you problem, Flawless.
No, how you? But you back someone. You back someone who you don't believe can win league titles and Champions League. That's mad to me.
No, I back something else. I back longevity.
But
I want to see for the club.
Established, there's no chance of longevity with this team because of the board and owners.
With this team.
We've
no.
established
But
that with this team and these managers
it's
and the
not-
board. You've
It's
said
a myth. We don't spend money. We just don't spend it in the right places.
No,
So
you don't. But that's my whole point: is backing a manager who you don't believe in. To me, is weird. That's very strange to me. I don't understand that. That's foreign. To me. I'll never back someone I don't believe in. That's foreign in anything. To me, that's silly, and that's clueless. That's just backing someone because you like them. That's what that is. So that's why when I say you sound like you're Ollie in, is because you are. You back this man blind. You back this man blindly. You said yourself, I'm
not backing him blindly. I think I've actually given my reasons quite
you don't
well to
believe in it.
why.
No. You give the reasons. Well, I'm
No,
not.
I believe in what he's doing. I don't
But
believe in him to win
you
a
don't believe he
title.
can take
But
yeah,
that's because
why you gotta go.
that's because we have different goals. Your goal is oh, I don't care who the manager is. Let's just get someone in who's good enough to win something. My goal is
No, don't do
my
that.
goal
Not
is
something. No,
wait,
not something.
My goal is
Biggest trophy.
dominate for at least a decade. That's
You don't believe
my
you can
that's my
dominate?
goal.
No,
Let's get there. Let's get there. There's not
good.
good enough for me, but
Let me
there
kill
is.
this.
Get
Let
up
me
there.
kill this. Let me kill this because you said this yourself. You don't believe with the board and owners we can dominate for a decade. True or not?
I said what with the board
You
and
said
owners we
with
got.
the board and owners we can't dominate for a decade. True or not?
I never said that.
Okay, do you believe we can dominate with this board and owners?
Do I believe if they find the right process? Yeah, they'll have to.
Okay. So if you believe we can dominate with the board and owners, well, how come you want them gone? That makes no sense to me. Because the reason why I don't
No,
believe
I
we can dominate
want
with the board and owners,
no.
that makes
So
that makes no sense.
hang on a minute. Wait.
That makes no sense.
If I'm right, because this is just a theory, right? If I'm right about what's going on, and this does get seen through, and we get to the stage where we have a quality manager,
Yeah.
and then it is just 1 or 2 signings, then I believe Manchester United will go and get those 1 or 2 signings, as long as they allow that manager to
My
pick the
question to you
signing.
is, do you believe with this board and owners we can dominate for 10 years?
No, but we won't have them for 10 years.
We won't have who for 10 years? The board and owners.
I actually, because I think
No,
the
no, no,
loan's
I'm
supposed to be
not-
repaid by 2029, right? So I think the Glazers will sell at some stage.
No, you're talking about goals, and so let's say hypothetically they stay for 10 years because we're talking about goals here.
Yeah.
I'm saying you want us to dominate for 10 years. I'm saying I want us to dominate for 10 years. Of course, we all want to. What I'm saying is, with this board and owners, we can't dominate for 10 years simply because of the board and owners. And you don't believe we can dominate for 10 years with the board and owners?
No,
So
I don't. But I don't. No, but I think we can get. I think we can get to the stage where we can compete.
yeah,
I'd
sure,
like us to get.
compete now.
No, I disagree.
We can
Well,
compete.
I say that, but we're second in the league, so we're competing. We're
Exactly.
competing with everyone else.
who none of us believe in. So imagine we had someone we actually believed in.
Yeah, but then you're saying the squad. Then you're saying the squad is as good as Man City's.
I'm not saying it's-
we need a manager as good as Pep.
I'm
Well,
saying
of course you are. Of course you are. If you're going to compete with Man City, you've got to have a side that's as good or better.
I never said it can win. I said it can compete, though. We shouldn't be 10 points off now if you look at the points we've dropped. No way we should be 10 points off these, man. Never in a million years. Drawing away at West
I
Brom.
don't know. I'm not convinced by that. I'm not
Because
convinced by that.
that's why you're not convinced by that. Only you would back us losing to Sheffield United and say that's not on the manager and the players.
What do you mean back us losing to Sheffield United? I don't back us losing nothing, man.
You're telling me that's not a silly point. That's not silly points dropped. So that's free. Is that not silly points dropped?
It is.
Okay, so that's 3 points. We dropped 2 points to West Brom. Is that not
Yeah.
silly points dropped? 2 silly points. So that's 5.
Yeah,
so
it is. It
so
is.
that halves
But
it.
also,
Okay,
like I don't need to remind you about Man United.
No. So let me land. So that's halved it already. So we're 5 points closer to City. We're 5 points closer. So we're in. So yes,
And if we had a clinical striker up front, those points that we dropped would be wins.
no, they wouldn't be because we were
Yes,
terrible.
they would be.
We were
Yes, they
terrible.
would be.
We were terrible against
And the
Sheffield United.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's Cavani had 2 sitters there,
We
which
were
he
terrible.
misses.
We were
Which he
terrible.
misses.
And again,
We
this is
should be scoring. We should be scoring more goals. That's the problem.
the highest
we
goal
don't-
scorer in the league.
And we should be scoring more goals. We're the highest goal scorers in the league because we scored 9 in one game against a poor Southampton side. That's why
Right.
we're the highest goal scorers in the league.
Hey, happy.
We should be these games against West Brom, we should be scoring goals.
Yeah,
you
but
can say, oh, we need a better defender. Cool.
I
But we
never
should be scoring more goals. No, I know you didn't.
scoring goals and clean
We
sheets.
should be scoring more goals.
Everything we've spoke about just there while we're debating this leads back to the manager.
Yeah, but you defend from the front in terms of scoring more goals. You become more of a threat.
So do you believe we can dominate for 10 years or not with this board and owners? If they stay from
No,
2020,
not with this board and owners. But I believe that's where I want us to be. That's what I want the goal to be. That's the goal.
we can't do it with these owners. You agree with that? I agree.
We can compete. We can compete for 10 years. We can get to the stage where we can compete, not where we dominate, but where we compete.
I agree with that.
And that's
Do you
where I
think we
want to be.
Do you think we can compete with this manager?
Right now, no.
Yeah. No, compete with this manager in 10 years, even if we keep going.
Listen, if Ollie's still in the job in 10 years, then yeah, I would have liked to hope he's got some experience and
Sure.
and improved.
When's enough enough then? When can Ollie go? When can Ollie go? He's been here 3 years, however long.
The minute we stop improving, Flores.
Alright.
When we stop improving, then that's when he's got to go.
We have different goals, but yeah, people, this show has ran over and that. But yo, big up to
Yeah, I've
India.
got a show to do, man.
Yeah, man, I'm a business so violent. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. It's in the bio. It's in the title of the channel, The First XI. Make sure you head over there, subscribe.
Appreciate that.
Bro Talks Indiana. Anything you want to add before we dip?
No, just thank you for having me on. Listen, me and Flores don't hate each other, man. We debate like this all the time. We'll be laughing at DMs in a minute.
Yeah, man. People don't get mistaken in it. Like you never see me on here, people debating with someone I dislike in it. You know what I'm saying?
No, massive big up to you for all the shout outs you give me, man. The channel, all of it, appreciate it. But yeah, you can catch me on the channel. Go over and subscribe. Yan City's got a show over there. You can catch me on the Football Terrace as well. I'm in the comments here. Normally about 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm taking a piss. Flawless is up. So yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on.
Anytime, man. I love healthy debate, man. It's great. Yo.
Yeah, that was a great listen, fam. That was a great listen.
In Indiana, knocked that out of the park and that. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
We knocked out of the park and that. Salute to everyone who's like in the comments, like, oh, there's no winners or losers because we both want Manchester United to win. We just have different going about it. I'm United first. I want Ollie to. I've said this to shut me up. I want him to win trophies. Get me? And then everyone be in the comments like Jeremiah, see, you got it wrong. I just have no faith in this man. Yo, Tox, anything you want to add before we dip?
Yo, someone send me some good signings to make on FM, innit? Like, man's out here with my Tottenham save, you get me? Man's focused, bro.
All right, what FM you on?
The latest one, 21, innit?
Okay, so FM 21, make sure you at Tox2K21 and give him
Let me know some Wonder Kids, innit?
Give him some Wonder Kids at Tox2K21, yeah, give him some Wonder Kids. And make sure we're going live to Talk About Network special in about 3 minutes. I'm going to get very lit. I'm over there. We're doing a wrap-up of February, if you've not seen it. Non-sporting, current affairs. We just be busting joke, drinking, all of that. But yeah, man, I've enjoyed this still, man. That was very healthy in that. Go on, Indiana.
Can I say one more thing? Just thank you everyone in the comments. I've had like 10 subscribers since being on the show. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. And yeah, again, thank you because you're always shouting me out, man.
That should be 20 people. So get that up. And mods, I forgot to ask, this is how good the debate was. Get the likes up on the video as well.
Yes, do that.
Get the likes up and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 2,500 subscribers. And head over right now to the Talk About It Network special. Head over there. It's going to be lit in it because I'm about to get lit. I got my JD here. I am ready. And you know what I'm saying? Ready. I'm getting lit. No more football talk. No more having to think when Indiana poses up difficult questions and difficult scenarios. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, big up to everyone. And this has been Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.